Two, yes. Yo. It's King Ghidra, combined with the forces of non-ether. Blowing woofers and tweeters, shaking syllable meters. Disasters cataclysmic, mystic natural. It's about time we hit y'all with some substances actual. I got a gift called hip-hop prophecy. Since 2003 ends the reign of the Jiggy MC. No more roaming on this planet like scavengers. Scientists broke the code of the Gregorian calendar. Defying laws of space and time. Trying to trace my lines, hold up, respect the architect. Digital rolling, my whole crew roll with VS. Type to master this whole universe in 3 steps. We stretch across the equator with something major. Universal rhyme tones tamper with your time zone. Minds blown by the millions just for the feeling. Hip hop, it just don't stop until I make a killing. Nah, I'm kidding, but for real, the world ain't the same no more. Take your life to next level or remain no more. Take your life to next level or remain no more. Word up, word up.
Well, I'm colliding with the mind of a survivor, surviving, uncover the time, brother. The high volume, wide column, high sliding, preferred jogging aside. Dodging mirages, conquer the vibe, hunger lurks, not a 5-word saga. God bless the life, Father Trife, travel the light. Balance the globe on flight, vocal pimping the stroke, so you know how it go down, yo. Struggle to ghetto, yo. Metal throat, settle the dough. Live showbiz, the cannonball, weapon, men at arms, 4 section. Super intelligence, balance, benevolence, stinging nettle medicine. Crouch, tiger, dragon, craftmatic, posture, back shift, catch this, passes through the atlas. First class, diplomatic status, stagma, flagged in, overstanding the plan. Bar scan, identify, camera shot, streets watch, time X clocks, punch lunch on the dot, 5 minutes to rock. So we blue block cruises, old news, how we do.
Well, a good salty day morning to you, chat. Good morning, good morning. Come join us. We're over here chilling at the Snort Bucks today. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. A little bit of a throwback today. We're bringing an old friend. We're gonna bring back a good friend. The guy who got me started with this whole YouTube bullshit. Yeah. Encouraged me to just put it out there, and it's good old GTG. He's back for now, but we'll discuss that a little later. It'll be nice. Let me take a nice sip of this lovely green tea. It's been an interesting week, I would say. Somebody had a little bit of a birthday bash with a couple of deflated balloons. I'll jump right in here. There we go. Morning, chat. See if our good friend is around. Yo, GTG, I see you out there in the chat. You ready to bring the thunder today?
Best as one can.
Oh, it's gonna be a doozy. We have a few things lined up. I want to discuss, this code black idea that goes on. This because it happened twice yesterday. So we'll have to discuss some of that. I think there has to be some standards, if you will.
Right.
And, you've had a nice little prolonged absence from the scene, and I was just wondering what got you back here, and how does it feel to be back a little more? But
well, for one, thank you for having me. Hello, chat.
My pleasure.
I think one of the main reasons I kind of stepped away from it was the fact that the fact that he's always going to be there, he's always going to be doing something stupid, and you know what I'm saying, it allows that level of flexibility, if you will. Two, seeing a new generation of detractors come about is always a good thing, to be honest. And so I very much look forward to that, and seeing how a lot of people have progressed, and just seeing a lot of new ideas and a lot of new voices kind of be allowed to expand upon what they were feeling. And it's not all kind of the same, just wash, rinse, and repeat. It's a shame that we didn't have more of that in 2017. Anyway, but that is a thing, right? So it was nice to have that, certainly. But also, there was just a lot of life comes at you fast. There was a lot of interesting stuff going on the internet over the last 2 years. People who were held to such a high standard and ended up falling into lolcalville, just like the very people they used to laugh at. It's been a wild couple of years, to be honest. And like you said, you can always pick it back up. And as much as both of us, I think, enjoy the idea of being able to reach back to the next person and bring them up, I don't mind reclimbing back up the mountain either.
No,
I've never had a problem with that.
It's always a fun journey, and I like to take my breaks here or there, or reinvent the channel, or just do something different with it. And if people come, people go. It's not a big deal. I put out the content that I want to put out, and I put on streams that I want to put out. That's just how it goes. Mm-hmm. And hopefully, you've been enjoying the live experience now that you're doing more live streams.
Live streaming is definitely fun. I gotta say, because you get that immediate response. Which I guess if you're someone who comes from just doing a lot of videos, I guess it's something that you kind of have to wait on. The immediate response is nice. I miss doing videos though. I got to be honest with you. I love live streaming. It's definitely fun and whatnot. There's so much you can do with it, and it allows people to get a better feel for you outside of whatever you've pre-recorded or whatever the case may be. It's definitely fun. But I miss doing videos. I really do. I miss just kind of sitting down, having the snort bucks, having a small agenda or itinerary out, and just cutting him up at my own leisure. Restreaming is, I give a lot of respect to people who restream.
Yeah.
Because, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's a whole nother animal.
Yeah, I haven't done it obviously, but it's definitely another animal. There's dealing with the pig shit live and having to sift through that and shuffle through that is fucking insanity to me. Oh yeah, it's absolutely insanity to me. But I respect the guys who do it.
I know. Big ups to Piece of Peace. He's been one of the best detractors in the last couple of years since he's shown up on the farms at least.
Right. He definitely has. He's definitely established himself, I think, in such a way that his presence will be felt for a very long time, for sure. For sure. And he's easy to listen to too.
That's the best part, He's easy to listen to, usually pretty cool, collected dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then every now and then you get a little sprinkling of some rage in there.
I never really looked at it as rage. I just feel like it's frustration. I think after a while, and I think all of us have felt that. I think it's just so much pig shit that's piled up that you just feel like kicking the mound over. You just have to every once in a while. Yeah. But I don't think it's rage. I think it's kind of frustration.
I mean, when you watch a lot of them, you do want to get mad at Phil every now and then. It's just like, come on, man! Like you're just playing to your audience. You're trying to badger them into things. I mean, look at his whole Elden Ring, gameplay. He's been pretty much just hoping that one whale, Emil, who allegedly was spending mommy's credit card money again. Just like our good old boy Derek.
Yeah, well, Derek's a nut. He can't even do math. Someone needs to pull his card, as far as I'm concerned. Someone needs to pull his card, for sure. Elden Ring, as it pertains to DSP, is by far the worst thing that has happened to him in recent years. It's horrible. It's horrible. And the thing is, ironically enough, because we know some of these people, there's been a lot of people who have come out over the years and said, "Oh, well, DSP is actually good at firm software games." He's a lot better than people give him credit for. We heard Jordy say that bullshit on more than one occasion. We've seen a couple of detractors say that.
Right.
But Elden Ring proves otherwise. It proves that it's no different than the grind fest that he was accused of back in the early 2010s, which is essentially what started Tevin's run against him in the first place.
Yeah, because he was making those videos to just tell Phil, hey, this is what you're screwing up with. This is how badly you're playing Dark Souls. It's terrible. It's awful.
Absolutely.
Like, quit doing this. And, it's criticism. And it just evolved into Tevin becoming, the almighty one, which...
Essentially.
Yeah.
And all because DSP responded to him. If DSP had just wiped, just went ahead and wiped that away, Tevin obviously would still exist, right? But where would Tevin be if that response never happened?
Yeah, it's very interesting to think about, because that's why he started detracting on him, was because Phil made a jab at him. And petty Tevin likes to just lean into it then. And he pushed the right buttons, and he did it time after time. And, like you said, sometimes life comes at you fast, and Tevin moved on from it for the most part. And he's doing quite well.
He is. And in a lot of ways, Tevin's definitely one of our big success stories. I would say LSB falls in that as well. I also say that Sunspot Gallery falls into that as well. There's not too many people who can walk away from a very high position or from a lot of notoriety, right? Especially for the right reasons. There's not a lot of people that can do that. And with Sunspot Gallery especially, despite everything that he had built, he was like, I just can't do it anymore, man. My health means a little more to me than going through what I would assume is an incredibly excruciating process, day in, day out. To make something entertaining.
Videos and then cut them up and edit them and make your little comments about them. It's a grind, man.
Yeah, it was a mess.
It's a grind. But the current state of this detractor community, if you will. I mean, I don't know, because I live like this weird double life right now where, I'm a Kiwi farmer. That's who I am.
Right.
Period. But I do like to come over here and do the live streams and talk about Phil and all this and that. But it's different spheres of influence that go on. Mm-hmm. And there seems to be this odd thing where, like, Kiwi farmers are, like, on Phil's side of this point and that point, and they it's weird. Like, how would you describe this interaction between, the farms and YouTube or other detractors?
As it pertains to Kiwi Farms, the notion that I've always had from Kiwi Farms is they're not on anybody's side. They're there to laugh at the content. And the content is not just DSP. It's DSP, it's the pay pigs, it's the dents, it's the dent heads, it's detractors. They're there to laugh at everybody. They have no one side, and no one should expect them to. That's the first thing. These people are completely a cabal or a demographic of their own. They're not there to ass pat you. They're not there to boost up your views. They're not there to boost up your fucking confidence. They're just there. And take it as such. Period. Even if you're doing everything right and you try to pander to them, they're more than likely going to shit on you. At least someone will. Because it's kind of pathetic, to be honest. If you're out here to make content and you have something to say, then say it. You don't pan. You know what I'm saying? You don't hope that the farms will continue to push your glory. That's the first thing. As it pertains to the white knights that are allegedly in the detractor community and those who are secret fans or whatnot, this isn't any different from any other period of time within the detractor community. That's always been an element. Some people feel that it's a lot more transparent now than it's probably ever been. But that's always been something that's there. And let's be honest, the fence that distinguishes both sides, right, or separates both sides, I probably should say, has gotten thinner and thinner over the years. As this new generation of detractors, for example, have come up, they're looking to confirm everything that's been said for years. They're looking for, I wouldn't say looking for closure, but they're certainly looking to pin DSP down with hard data, hard facts. They're not really interested in speculation and theory crafting or taking what DSP says and then trying to expound upon it. Now they want to actually be able to prove it. How far are you willing to go to do so? And that's kind of where the problem comes into play, for at least some of them, is at the end of the day, he is some piece of shit on the internet. It's not worth getting arrested over. It's not worth anything to prove your point to someone who is, at the end of the day, irrelevant. He's someone that we all laugh at. He's not worth any real jail time or anything that would be considered breaking the law. That's not worth it. Where you're slumming down to the same levels as DSP. And in a lot of ways, if you go back to the days of SOK, I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you want to catch the pig, you got to get in the mud. The question is, how far do you want to go just to prove that you're right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Things got pretty muddy back then, that's for sure. There was a bunch of gatekeeping about monetization and who could go ahead and gain an edge or work with a certain group of people.
Right.
And those days are pretty much long fucking gone. I mean, everybody has a fucking Discord. Everybody out there has some way to talk to other people.
Right.
And do groups like that exist still? Yeah. It's autism, dude. It's autism. But like you said, and you know, I'm a Kiwi farmer. I'm not here to pick a side per se. I'm here to laugh at everybody, and I've laughed at my own stupid shit before too, because you know, I'm just another idiot and an asshole on the internet. And that's just how I play the game.
That's that's probably how the game should be played. At the end of the day, like, I'm sure any detractor worth his salt or his or her salt at any given time has been shitted on at one place or another. It is what it is. You take it and you move with it. If you really feel like you were misrepresented in some type of way, you have avenues to go ahead and express that. But outside of that, I mean, it's just another person's opinion on the internet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you can always turn it off.
Yeah, you can always turn the damn thing off if you can't handle it. I just think that, as you brought up monetization, actually, I think the concept that hasn't actually gone away. I think people are not as vocal about it, but I think if you're willing to sit down and put time into what you do, you should be able to profit from it. That shouldn't be a big deal, and nor should anybody care about it. People are always going to have their opinions of it, but at the end of the day, it's whatever you feel like doing. No one's making a living doing this.
No, like Phil actually said people were making a living doing it, and that's complete bullshit. It's complete bullshit. I don't think there's anybody out there making a living off of being a detractor.
Not at all. I don't think so.
Not at this point.
I don't think so. Like, even if you're just talking about straight ad revenue, I just don't think it's a thing. I think DSP says that bullshit because he's trying to push his propaganda. But it's ironic because DSP has made his living off the back of other people. Someone who has, let's go ahead and go over the agenda, over his frame of mind. These people have no talent, they have no skill of their own, they have nothing to bring, they have nothing that makes people care about them outside of shitting on him. Well, if you remove video games from Dark Side Phil, what does he have?
He doesn't have a podcast?
If you want to call that a podcast, it sounds like a glorified therapy session.
Dude, that's all it is. You know, it's coping with Phil. This is all it's been for weeks now, and you'll see as you come back more and more. You know, it's this idea that he has to retell this tale over and over again, talk in circles, and just try to keep this bloated corpse of a channel alive. Like, if Phil disappeared, fuck it. I'd go laugh at some fat dude who tried to get married in a bowling alley. That's fine. There's plenty of other fucking dumpster fires to go laugh at on the internet.
Oh, the Ethan Ralph thing is kind of crazy. It's funny, too, because Flamingo kind of passed the... He kind of gave Ethan Ralph a win just the other day, but we can get to that later.
Oh, yeah. We'll discuss
We can get to that later. That was wild. Yeah. You're right. It's just the channel's dead. Let's call a spade. He's at, what, 600,000 plus views a month now? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a long way to fall in a very short amount of time, if you think about it, compared to, like, 2015, when he was still pulling, 5, maybe 6 million views a month.
Yeah.
The channel's dead. The channel's dead because he talked all that shit for all these years about, I diversified. I learned my lesson from just relying on YouTube ad revenue. So when I went over to Twitch, or when he went over to Twitch, I should say, I am actually diversifying. I'm giving myself a better cushion for the future. But that wasn't true. All he did was throw all of his bacon bits, if you will, onto Twitch and turn YouTube into an archive, basically saying, hey, fuck you guys on YouTube. When in actuality, he could have done the exact same thing that he did, but have the YouTube audience really participate with Patreon or Pay Me Tons or however you want to word it. He should have done that.
I mean,
Instead, he tried
that's
to.
even dead. He doesn't do shit with it.
Oh yeah, it's Patreon's. I think it's
just a money filter. It just sucks in the dregs at the bottom of the pool.
Literally.
That's
And instead, that's all it's ever been. If you really think about it, because even the people who got ripped off of Patreon in the early days apparently didn't mind it. Hence the reason why they let it happen.
They never bitched. Like, it was the whole thing with the Super Mario Sunshine or the Project 7 reboot. Those never existed. Those didn't happen. The trailer happened or whatever, but it was just bullshit.
It was.
And it's always been bullshit. And Philip's done this for years. And when he had to finally come back over here to YouTube, hoping and praying gifted subs become a thing. He's just grasping for anything he can get traction on. Writing his viral tweet to the Academy, trying to not be smug during that stream. Yet he quote tweeted his own tweet like twice.
Did he really?
Yeah. I'm like, look, I guess there was no traction, or he's been saying nonsense, looking like a fool. And then he comes through with this whole down the rabbit hole viewing ceremony.
Is that the sub goal?
That's the sub goal. You hit 400 subs and you get to watch him just watch a 5-year-old video.
What's he at now? 360 60 memberships or subs
Something
or whatever?
like that. Yeah, he's below 370.
370. So he's gonna. So you wait a second. We're gonna watch him react to what is considered the lowest graded content out there, reaction videos.
Yes.
Wait. No. That would be. He would be a hypocrite if he did that.
No.
Remember,
it's KO Gaming revived, dude.
Oh, that's. I thought reaction videos though were like the slum of internet content. You don't need talent. You don't need any real ability to do that. It's just. It's garbage.
Yeah, it's garbage content. Nobody would watch that, right?
Wow. Why down the rabbit hole though? There's other. Oh, because it has the most views. I'm guessing. Yeah.
Yeah. He brought up the views, which is 6 million.
Right.
And
so he's hoping to piggyback off that, I guess.
Yeah, he said he got a hold of good old Frederick's, blessing to make this video, which is true from what I've heard. But also, I don't think Phil talked that he's gonna use it as a sub goal and try to make some money off of this video in some form.
He actually reached out to Frederick for that?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
shit.
He just didn't mention the sub goal. Didn't mention, he just wanted to react to the video. Of course, Frederick's like, yeah, dude, whatever. Because he's going to see a bump in video views, too. And he doesn't care. I mean, he wants to stay away from the locals and people like that. But the down the rabbit hole is like the 101 of DSP to me. It's the normie 101. It's the, you type in Dark Side Phil, and you get down the rabbit hole pretty much immediately.
Absolutely.
It's going to be a debunked 2.0 blah blah fest. Except for a couple parts. Like Leanna. That's... that's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be messy. Well, first off, what's today? The 10th?
Yeah.
Is he going to... Do you think he'll hit the goal?
A lot of socks need to be made, which they have been. I'm sure of it. But still, I wouldn't want to see it hit. It's going to be boring. He's going to have to either skip parts or dodge them or just goat laugh him away. He's going to have to talk about his whole machinima contract restructuring. He doesn't want to talk about that. Or the honey dicking from Latveria, which was gold. So,
good times.
Oh, and the good old leg scratches in there too. It's not.
Oh, right. Okay. I'm kind of have my interest peaked now.
I mean, it sounds like it could be entertaining, right? To watch him struggle through some of this, but let's be honest, it's Phil. It's Phil. He's gonna fast forward it. He's gonna move on. He's gonna just jump around through it.
Well, then that's a waste of time. Then honestly, because first off, it's only a 30-minute video,
and a waste of money.
A very large waste of money. It's only a 30-minute video. He honestly should confront all of it, but I wonder what makes him think he's safe confronting that. Like, let's be honest, the new drama or the new stuff that's going on, he's not going to touch that because people have gotten dead to rights.
I mean, since that whole thing, that video came out, he's been bankrupt. You know, Leanna left him. He had the escort saga, which turned out, well, the Kiwi farmers were wrong with the escort. He was still escorting Kat from Michigan to Seattle. Right. So, you know, the marriage, the whole, like, oh, surprise, we're seeing the dead parents, surprise married stuff, you know. Right. It's just going to be a whole nother debunk stream.
Is Frederick thinking about revisiting that?
I don't think so.
That's
unfortunate.
His
next video is going to be EVE Online, which I'm looking forward to. He said it's 3 hours long.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But from what him and I discussed in DMs, he said he kind of wants to stay away from that whole thing on the internet, which is
fair enough.
Which is fair.
That's
locals and Kiwi Farms and all that are just a step in a direction that some people don't want to go back towards once they
absolutely
they get out.
Well, which then is it not fair to say that some of the criticism against Frederick is a bit unfair? It wasn't meant to be a detractor video. It was a short documentary on one of the great idiots of the internet at a time.
That's how I view it. I don't think it's a detractor video per se. It's just a little documentary on an interesting person of the internet.
Right. Okay, because I feel that, or I've heard that a lot of people seem a bit upset with it, in the fact that it's not, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't really expound upon some of his more notable controversies around that time, and it's really more of an overview, which I think we both can understand that.
Well that's
but for the time period,
it's the
that's
door
what it was.
Opener, right? It's the door opener for people.
It's the gateway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the gateway snort, if you will. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm certain if he skips through it, it's a waste of time, to be honest. And I can think of a couple of videos off the top of my head that he probably should react to. Like, for example, Memology 101's DSP Gaming the movie. I would have liked to see him react to that. I'm being serious.
What about any of the top 10s from Secret?
I'd like to. If I had to pick one, I want to see 2017. Oh. I know he can't sit through that though. That'll rip his soul out.
That'd be great. Like I can guarantee you, he'll never watch one of my proper primers on WWE Champions. It's too solid.
Anything that hits too close to home. So your proper primers, nope. A Snort Brunel video, maybe, if depending on what it's talking about. Some of James the Lesser's like shorter like segments about stuff.
Ones.
He's gonna stay away from those things.
Yeah.
There's not really a lot. He'll never touch any of the Tevin videos that are out there.
You don't think so?
He'll never. No. Oh,
come on. He might get desperate enough and enough gin brain to think it's a good idea, which would be hilarious because Tevin would come right back with another fire video.
If it was profitable, yes. At the same time, though, too, he's scared of Tevin. He always has been. He's always been scared of Tevin. And he's scared of Tevin because of his logic. And in a lot of ways, I feel like Tevin understands him in a way that DSP is not comfortable with. That's always been DSP's thing with Tevin. Like, Tevin can see through his... It's not a matter of seeing through his bullshit. Like Tevin can do that, but then he can dissect it. He can literally show you what DSP's reasoning for why he's doing it, and then he can also explain to you why it's going to fail. That right there hurts someone who is as sick, to be honest with you, as DSP is. Like, you can't have that. There can't be... Right. When you think about the streets of Gautopia, there has to be a mystery behind it. There has to be a surprise there. There has to be something that no one else can figure out, and that's only DSP's little... It's only his little secret. Tevin completely blows shit like that out of the water.
Oh, every
it's
time
what makes him
on
unique.
Stream, he did it, too. It was like he had a key to, like, little Pig Dora's box, and he just took a little peek in there every once in a while. Mm-hmm. And he would pull out just gems and be like, oh, I remember when he did this, and pull out a video from, like, 2010. It's like, you know, that's unsettling for Phil. He
Yes, it
can't
is.
stand it, and it hurts a lot. And, you know, especially when Tevin was somebody who was giving him basic criticism on how he was playing the game. So it's going to be a rough one for Phil if he ever gets that desperate to do something like that. I don't know if he will get that desperate, though, to be honest. I mean, you and I have seen it throughout the years, different times where whales come, whales go, King Tut, you know, Emerald 7 dumping tax money on Phil, things like that. His mom ruining that 10-year plan. Like,
I question if that conversation even happened now, to be honest.
It had to have. Like, or did Phil pull an exercise bike maneuver and be like, yeah, it's for our honeymoon, and then just take the money and run? And
see why
his way right out.
I don't see why he wouldn't.
Like that's dirty. If you do your mom that way, that's fucking dirty, man. You're like, hey, Mom, help me out. He's just as slimy with his parents.
But I mean, he's been doing that for years, though. Every Sunday,
it all boils down to the action figure.
Exactly. And to be honest with you, we joke about it, but really, that is his one thing that he can hold over his parents. You know what I'm saying? It's that one thing that you guys didn't get me that I really, really wanted. I deserved, if you will. And he punished them for it. And he kept punishing them for it.
And he's just still... You know he does those monthly calls still.
Weekly calls.
Oh, they're weekly now?
They're weekly, every Sunday. Yeah. They've been like that for years. Because remember, when he used to live in Connecticut, he used to go over there for dinner.
Yeah,
or they used to go out for dinner.
Take a night off and go there for dinner, and then come home and make drunk videos at 1 a.m. And flood your inbox with 50 videos in a day.
Incredible.
It was crazy. It's just another level with Phil. And he turned 40. He hit the 4-0 mark. The over the hill.
Actually, isn't today the wedding anniversary?
Today should be. I think, it should be.
Yeah, because he got married on the 6th. His birthday's on the 6th. He got married on the 10th. And then
I know it's
he should be hearing something. No, let's reword this. He should be applying for his Twitch partnership around the 20th.
To try to get back in the door?
To try to get back in the door as a partner, though. Right. Or even as an affiliate. So it's an interesting... April's an interesting month for DSP if you think about it.
It's a bigger month. You know, he's looking for that sub goal. He's had a whale exodus again, allegedly.
Has he?
You know, he's just... He's been... What? It's been 1 or 2 dudes floating the stream. 1 Minute Man shows up with his daily tithe.
Right.
You know, got to support the cult, man. It's been rough, though. And yesterday, he was going to struggle. So, you know, does he stay here on YouTube and wait for gifted subs? Or does he try to get back to Twitch for gifted subs?
Okay, so I would say, well, first, before I answer your question, how much did he make? What was the grand total of the birthday celebration?
Like $1,000, roughly.
Oh, that number's weak.
It's a weak one, right? It's a weak birthday, but it's already gone. That night it was gin and spin. He was getting some bonus gym damage for sure. Yeah,
how much was?
Thank you guys.
1,100. How much of it was tips and how much of it was super chats?
That was the tips straight up. I don't know about the numbers on super chats for a birthday.
Oh, okay.
But I know Nathan, one of the wheelchairs from the UK. Mm-hmm. He has the Goku profile picture. If you've ever seen him, he's an actual wheelchair. I mean, $200 to fill.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's weak. That number's still overall extremely weak for a week-long birthday celebration.
Jay Kramer hits us up with the numbers. He had 700 tips and 430 in super chats.
Oh shit! Big ups to Jay Kramer on that. I appreciate that. Man. Thank you very much. Okay, so wow, that's weak. That's a weak number.
The leak, Ann. That was funny. That was great. Yeah, Ann's right. Piggy tuned up on the dashboard, and you got to see his live stream dashboard.
Really?
So yeah, when you live stream here on YouTube, you get a nice little pretty dashboard, and it tells you everything that's running on your stream. Like currently, we have 18 likes and 65 concurrent viewers.
Oh, nice.
And I can see the chat revenue numbers.
Oh, nice.
And if I had the stream chat in here and I had little banned words like whale,
right,
it would ask me if I wanted to moderate the comment. So
that's what moderation looks like? Holy shit.
Yeah, you can do a lot with it. Like, you can see a timeline of your views and, who's dumping in likes and how much money you're making. Like, these are all things that are happening right now. You can see your title, your category. You can edit it on the fly if you wanted. It's not too terrible, but, if you have a number that you're trying to hide from your chat a little bit more, don't want them to see how many people actually like your streams and stuff. But you give it the slip and show everybody what you can actually see. So
now, is that the same thing that Too Quick is? Big ups to Too Quick in the chat. Is that the same thing that he's talking about getting behind the scenes donations during the live stream?
He's probably already been getting donations that he's hiding. He's done it. Remember when Tevin caught that top pay piggy with a $1,000 tip?
Yeah, it was 1,100.
Yeah, the 1,100 tip overnight. That stuff's been happening. It always has been.
Right.
So it's
damn.
But he's always said he can't see how much money he's getting from people. He's been saying that you can't convert the currency,
right,
from super chats, and it does it all automatically. Like, if somebody passed us a couple pounds, and it would do the conversion for me on the dashboard over there if I really wanted to peek at it.
I got you. I'm not surprised he would lie about something so petty like that.
No, it's Phil.
Jesus Christ. All right, so back to your, as I'm letting that kind of float in my soup bowl for a minute. So back to your question: does he sit around and wait for YouTube to basically become mommy YouTube all over again?
Right.
With gifted memberships, or does he go back to Twitch? I honestly think if he puts the appeal in on the 20th or the 21st of this month, to see if he can get partnership back or even affiliate, I think he's going. I think he's going.
It's too powerful, right? The appeal of letting people spam your shitty emotes into other channels, the appeal of gifted subs, Amazon Prime stuff coming back, things like that. It's too strong of, a fill magnet.
Right.
The Roach needs that cash. That's why he's been trying to wait for, super thanks on his videos. And that's why he's been hoping that YouTube gets gifted subs together. So he's been waiting.
Well, he's never going to get super thanks, though. Let me not say never. I'm sorry. Let me take that back. That's
never say never, right?
Yeah, never say never. He's not going to get it anytime soon because he so heavily moderates his comment section, and he doesn't get enough traction on his videos to warrant it. I mean, Jesus Christ, who is known in the detractor community to have super thanks as far as we know? It's Snorpernell
definitely,
and Dark Dave Mirrors, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so, I mean, and they get a lot of traction. A whole lot of traction, to be honest with you. I think Snorpernell is definitely averaging 250, if not 300 comments per video.
Yeah.
And then Dark Dave Mirrors, because of the amount of interaction in his comment section as well as interacting with the likes, warrants it. DSP doesn't have that. He doesn't have enough of any of that.
I haven't looked into the criteria for it at all, but there's got to be some sort of like guidelines where you have to hit so many views or get so many likes. That's why he's been pushing this whole likes thing. It isn't about gaining a step in the algorithm at all anymore. It's about getting to this level where he can get more support off of YouTube.
Right. But the channel's been, as it pertains to interactions, it's been dead for a number of years, though. He still has to fight. He still has to climb that mountain. And he's not going to do that in a few short months by begging for 100 likes on a live stream. The same live stream chat that is going to eventually get privated anyway.
Yeah,
that does nothing.
He does private his videos.
Yeah, it does nothing.
Unlist them. So if you unlist them, I think he can retain. There's a way to retain that, interactivity, if you want to call it that engagement on YouTube. But it's still not enough. It's still not enough. I mean, you watch one of his launch videos for a brand new day one views game. Like, Elden Ring got decent views for him. The first one. And then you can just see it plummet. I mean, there's a guy who has 160,000 subscribers on YouTube. Wait till you do a purge of inactive accounts.
I'm surprised one hasn't happened. So one hasn't even happened yet, to be honest.
Not in a while.
Yeah,
not in a while.
But that actually, I don't think we've seen a purge since the James Charles situation.
Yeah, it's been a couple years at least.
Yeah, it's been a while. Because perception is reality. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he gets just blasted out of views. You know, you go and type in him, it's going to take you a little scroll down to reach Phil at this point. You're going to have to go through a piece video or, you know, a live stream from Ann or whoever else is streaming at that point. Aqua Teal or whoever. They're all out viewing Phil.
Yes, they are.
He gets about 1,000 views, roughly, a video.
Even if, like, you know what I'm saying, it might take a couple days to get there, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's where somebody like me, that's where I'm at. Like, I make a Vortex video, it hits about 1,000 views in a day or so.
Yeah,
it's fine. I don't care. I mean, watch the content or not. I just put it out there.
But it is a healthy number, though.
I'll be reading super chats in a moment, guys. We'll
but
get a little transfer into content here.
Yeah, but 1,000 views a day, though, is a healthy number. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to equate that to channel size. Whereas with DSP, it doesn't mean anything. It's essentially that thousand views is essentially one person, a Derek, watching it once. If you really think about it.
For a channel his size, whatever happened to his whole I want to reach 200,000 subs by my birthday? What happened?
That was never gonna happen.
I know it wasn't gonna happen, but you know he thought it was. He thought he could drum up the good old hate army once again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and have their pay piggies come and show up and come give kisses, and it's not working. It's not working anymore. It just isn't. Isn't. There's no growth. It's dead. It's fine. It's fine. Like watch today. If you want, you can join me on and continue this lovely stream, and we'll live stream Phil's pre-stream podcast together. Give you a little taste of what a restream feels like. And we'll wrap it up whenever he's done. I don't know. Maybe he has no news and gives us a boomer Q&A.
Are we doing those things now too?
Oh, we might have to. He gets to this point where if he has no gaming news off of Twitter, he has to stop the stream and then just start a boomer Q&A after he does his shoutouts.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's been rough. It's been rough. You know, the birthday was a little booster, and it fell off the next day.
Damn. What games is he currently playing at the moment, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, let's see here. We've got Elden Ring, because you gotta, get every dollar out of a meal you can.
And what part are we on for Elden Ring?
Oh, we're like 60 hours deep. He's at Volcano Manor, and he's been guided, for the most part, in my opinion, guided into victory here. I mean, be it if he's watching, a professional streamer, right? Wink, wink. I think chat knows what we're talking about. Very similar builds going on here. So, Phil seems to be guided to victory for this, and he might be trying to tie a little bow onto it finally.
Right.
But yeah, we got Lego Star Wars, the whole saga, and then Skyrim.
Okay.
I think
only 3 games, Kirby. Or is he playing a 4th?
Well, I think he's close to finishing Kirby. He might be, but that's been the other Chill Night stream.
Gotcha. No WWE.
No. That's one I wanted to talk to you about. Yeah, that's weird. We'll finish up this top of the hour and reach that point. But
okay,
with WWE and tax season, he took a couple nights off around that WrestleMania time. And I don't know if you have kept up with the wrestling, but I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it recently. AEW has been great.
AEW. I've been focusing on. I know. Cody Rhodes went back to WWE and he's demanding to be champion. Yeah, I kept up with a little bit of it. But like I said, AEW for sure. I've definitely been on it in New Japan.
Yeah, it's been great. Like I've been highly entertained by storylines and that. Great matches. Like that Yuta match the other night was gold.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed every minute of it. But Phil is trying to hold off on his passion for Sweaty Man watching. You know, he plays this whole idea of how he doesn't keep up on the storylines and hasn't watched the product in a while. But he has been watching highlights at least. You know, when he's sipping gin in his office, you know, giving that one last rub and tug, hoping for a good old Hogan to come in. That's been where he's at. So
Jesus Christ.
He's gonna hold off on that WWE game for either a whole bunch of wheelchairs to spurg out and finally demand it.
Right.
So you use it as a marathon. You know he's gonna do his typical Sims commentary eventually, which is just a snooze fest. If
Absolutely.
you remember those great ones, you know, like the King of Christmas and shit like that. Like, Chad, if you ever wanted to hear the worst wrestling commentary, it's not Chris Jericho right now. It's not. It's Darkside Phil making commentary on his own YouTube videos. Go watch some of them back in the day. He was either drunk as shit or he was just talking to himself and acting the whole time.
Yeah, just absolutely belligerent.
Oh, no, he's not going to do MLB. Please don't make us do MLB again.
Whoa. MLB might be good. We've gotten some great spurg outs during those over the last couple years.
I just can't stand them. They're such a snooze sim fest. It's almost to the level of the Walking Sims games that he loves.
True.
It's almost there. And we got the new collection coming out. That new Street Fighter Capcom collection.
How's he going to deal with the rollback?
He'll just bitch about it, dude. It's DSP. It's the simple tactics of bitch, and then act when you win.
Well, now that you brought that up, could you, because I haven't seen the video yet, I might want to watch it on stream. What happened the other night in Street Fighter? I heard Goji Tanks came in and it was a normal night for Goji pushing his shit in. What happened?
Yeah. And no, it's typical. He just didn't get the money from really anything at all at that point. So he was being a salty piggy for coming in for Friday night fights, and the only guy who gave him money was Jax Cuxer. I gave him half a tank of gas. Good thing Phil doesn't drive.
Oh my god.
Like he complains all the time about people like Goji showing up and ruining his Friday nights and getting into the whole lag versus, it's just bad connections and this and it's been like that for years. It's just an excuse at this point. Throw it out there, complain, and leave. I mean, anytime those guys showed up, Jose or Goji, anytime they showed up in the lobbies, Phil dips. He's gone. He'll give Goji one match every now and then because he knows that's what people actually want to see.
Right.
It's the matchup you always want. Unless if Evil AJ comes back and just stomps him. Gives him one more "this is how you don't play" video.
We could very well see that in this new collection.
That might be a good time, especially if he has to address Evil AJ in that Down the Rabbit Hole video.
True.
But yeah, the new collection will be entertaining. And Street Fighter 6 will be the spurg out fest that I think it will be. We'll get this whole rant about Street Fighter 4 and probably Street Fighter 5.
He's going to get destroyed in Street Fighter 6.
He's going to get mopped. He's going to try to play it like he plays Super Turbo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to hurt. Oh, is Evil AJ over there in Fightcade? Yeah, no, Phil will never touch that shit.
Yeah, big up the anime gun. I was gonna say, rumor has it that he's been over there on Fightcade. That's the hyperbolic time chamber for the real FGC hardcore fans and shit.
Yeah, you're getting the OGs coming in and playing just for funsies, and they're just going to war over there. Mm-hmm. And if you like any FGC stuff, that's where to try to track some of that stuff down. I watched some of Justin's gameplay recently, and he's killing it.
Yeah. But Justin was always a smart player too.
Oh, brilliant Street Fighter player.
Yeah, he was always a smart player.
But he got beat up by Phil a couple times here or there. I got a video though for you to watch here. We got some of that moderation tools rant from Phil the other day. It was yesterday morning. Big ups to Hate Army Watch here. We'll give him the like here. And we'll bring this in because it kind of translates to what we were talking about, and we'll see how this all rolls.
Sounds good. Yeah, Smug is a beast, by the way, too. It's an absolute animal. Starbucks.
Woo! We start off with chaotic bacon. Who tipped me $5 says, "Can I get an unbanned pimp? Thanks, fam." First of all, I don't even recognize the name Chaotic Bacon. Just being honest, I don't ever remember seeing that name in chat, so I don't know who you are. And on top of that, I can't unban you via this method. This is not Twitch. If this were Twitch, I could look up your name, and based on your name, I would be able to find your account and unban it. I can't do that here. This is actually, in my opinion, one of the biggest shortcomings of YouTube, is that anyone can make a YouTube page or channel, but then they can name it whatever they want by changing the name of it, but it doesn't change the link.
This,
so, all right, let me give you an example.
You can see your unbanned list.
I want to
actual list you get.
Rephrase this because it doesn't make any sense the way I just said it, okay? When you register an account on Twitch TV, okay, let's say I wanted to make Phil Burnell, which I'm sure actually exists. Someone probably stole
Can you pause it for a second?
Well, let's say I want to make the Phil Burnell Twitch TV account.
Okay, so explain to me the thing about the whole banning. Unbanning people, right? Because like on Twitch, you can just kind of hover over the name, and I guess you can ban or unban. I've never needed to do that, but you know what I mean. How is that working on YouTube? Now, you don't ban people, but could you give me an idea of how that works?
I know how it works because I've had to ban some of those weird live accounts that show up. You know, the Russian ones, our Russian cousins.
Right.
You know, those kind of accounts. You know, but the Wrench Gang usually cleans them up, and what you get off of it is a nice little list of stuff that comes off of there. So it's usernames, and you get to just press a couple buttons and be done with it, and it's that easy. So it's not that difficult to find out who you've banned or haven't banned at this point, and you can just adjust it as needed.
So he's just using that as a filter to go back and look at this person's channel. Okay, gotcha.
He's just lazy is what it comes down to. Phil's a very lazy person, and all he would have to do is go to his channel tab, go down to moderation, and unban somebody. That's it.
All right.
But he doesn't want to wade through this long list of users that he's banned. There's no easy tab, but you can, search it. I guarantee you can search up a username.
Right.
Type in a couple letters like you can in the chat and find them. So this is just him being a windbag and telling you that he can't do it. better send him an email and attach $5. I'm sure that's what he's going to say too. Is exactly that. Send an email, attach money.
I create the, here's my login that I want. Here's my information. Boom. When you create that, your channel is twitch.tv/Phil Burnell, and that is yours, and no one else can use the name Phil Burnell ever. The only example that I've heard of people getting someone else's name is that they switched their name and then someone else stole their old name and they didn't think that they could do that, but they did, and now they feel stupid because someone else is kind of impersonating them. You see, I've heard of that happening before. But outside of that,
he's happening in this chat every day.
Yeah, and outside of that, that's the limits. Like when you make an account on Twitch, that's your account forever. And no one can steal it, and that's you. That's your unique identity, okay? Here on YouTube, when you create a YouTube page or channel, you do get a unique link to that's how you get to the channel, but it's not your name. It's like a bunch of fucking characters, like capital X, lowercase c, 1 exclamation point. You know what I mean? Like it's like 20, 30 random characters. That's your channel. How the fuck are you supposed to remember that, right? Now you get a name.
You can make a custom one.
But that name can be changed. That name is associated with that Google account, and that Google account name can be changed on the fly at any time. I know because I've done it. I've changed.
You could copy and paste it.
So
yeah, that too.
Sadly, what that means
fixes, right?
is that here on YouTube, there's no unique account names, anyone can impersonate anybody else, which is really fucking stupid. But of course, that's why YouTube actually has, what do they call them? Verified channels. So if you're someone who has a business on YouTube or a following on YouTube and you're afraid of people will impersonate you, you could have the verified channel so people know you're the real one. That's actually one of the reasons why I have a verified channel, to avoid impersonators, okay? So in the case of Chaotic Bacon, who tipped me $5, and thank you very much for the tip, that's the first tip of the day, saying, hey, can you unban me? No, because your name, Chaotic Bacon, literally means nothing. I can't even find that on YouTube. What I need you to do, Chaotic Bacon, is email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com, and in your email you have to include the actual URL address of your YouTube channel page,
Dude,
whatever it may
wait,
be.
wait,
stop. Pause.
Do the work for me. Thanks for the money. That's what it was.
Okay. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. That makes no goddamn sense. I like how he called this. I like how he called the dude a nobody. First off,
your name means nothing.
He called the guy nobody, and then he said, "No, I can't look you up." And the time that it takes him to pig squeal all of this, he could have done that, but instead, thanks for the money, dummy. I'll get around to you when I get around to you.
Oh, it was just something. Like watch how easy shoutouts are. Oh, let's see here. We got Serpent Hunter was the last one from 13 days ago. See, I can even see that. Weird how all this works, right? Storm Martin showed up for 6 months of being a special agent. He says big ups to both of y'all. You know, we got everybody. We got Epic Yoshi in here. Thank you guys so much for being part of this channel. You guys know that the money doesn't matter to me, but it's much appreciated. And I want to give you your shout-outs. Like Epic Yoshi said, Papa GTG went out for smokes and hasn't returned. He's throwing you under the bus, man. You got to give a call.
It was actually Snortbucks, but I'm back now.
Ghostly Wins hit us up. DSP skipped the wedding anniversary like his parents. Been dancing on gravestones. Yeah, he's been dancing on his parents' gravestones for how many years now at this point? How many years?
A long time.
Oh, he's sick and dying parents. I don't know when I'm ever going to see him again. We got US Arby 77 becoming a member. Thank you so much for joining the special agents. And a $5 super chat too. We're gonna get some around a store bucks for everybody. Jay Kramer also hit us up with a 99¢. We can go buy a pack of stickers and put them on Phil's mailbox one day. That'll be fun. Thank you guys for every little bit. I hope you're enjoying this lovely salty day morning. It's been quality. It's been nice to talk to GTG, and let's get back in this video though. Because we got an hour before Live Piggy. So we might be able to get through a couple of these.
I don't know, but I need that. Then I can go to your actual page, and I can see if you were banned, and I can unban you. Now, another major shortcoming of YouTube streaming over Twitch is that on Twitch, if someone says, oh, I got banned, can I get unbanned? You can click on them and find their whole chat history and see why they were banned. You can see if it was in error. You can see if maybe at the time they were kind of acting up, but maybe they learned their lesson and now they're not going to do that anymore. You give them a second chance. Or you could see if they were just a flagrant, real asshole and that they probably shouldn't be trusted to come back to the channel. You can make that judgment call. You can't do that here on YouTube. You can't see shit. And that's what pisses me off, is because YouTube promised that they were going to add new features and things like that, and then they never did. Now, did you guys know it's been over 6 months since they promised changes to YouTube streaming and have not added a single one? And this is why it was fun.
It takes time, though.
Well, he thinks they're all just brain dead morons over there on YouTube, right? This is what he's been telling us for years. That they're brain dead idiots, and that they can't get anything right, and that they need to listen to him. Every time they listen to Phil, it's a great success.
You mean like that bot that was on Twitter that was listening to his every little suggestion?
Yeah.
He didn't realize that was a bot, right?
No, I don't know if he did. And, he had an inside man with Hassan over there on Twitch until that guy got Me Too out of existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's really, and it's interesting too because clearly we've talked about this back in 2018 that when DSP allowed himself to be a guinea pig for Twitch's anti-harassment campaign and algorithm that they were doing over there on Twitch, he was going to be given some type of immunity, right? And that's all he's kind of been floating on. That's all it ever was.
I mean, he was granted this weird immunity for that whole thing. Like, oh, there's targeting harassment. He gets harassed a lot.
Yes.
And then he was doing the whole interactivity with the streams, and it died after the whole bounty board incident.
Yes, it did.
I wonder why. I wonder why it happened. Weird. Maybe he got an email.
Maybe.
It's rough,
Maybe. But didn't DSP used to tell us though that he had to go back into the chat logs to go through and siphon through all that to see if you could be unbanned or whatnot. Now he's saying, I could just click on this here and bam.
Yeah, so you see all your user information, every single thing you've said in chat.
Jesus.
Yeah, but he's right here. YouTube doesn't have any tools like that. Twitch did though. So we're at that point.
Yeah,
Silent Weapons is making a good point that he was the guinea pig for harassment, yet got banned for harassment.
He was. He absolutely was.
That's pretty funny. And in Cyber, good luck. Good to see you, brother. I hope that Zoom interview goes well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Made those promises late last year. I think it was like November. I think it could have even been earlier than that. I think it was around November.
To his chat for improvement. It's the same thing. Take away YouTube.
And at the time, I was like, that's great, but I don't even bother telling me about it till you do it because I know how YouTube is. They overpromise and underdeliver constantly. They are infamous for this. They say, we're going to do this, 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 and then they don't do it. Or they take forever to do it to the point that they do it, no one cares anymore.
Whatever happened
so in this case,
those,
January came and I said, gee, isn't it funny that they didn't do the changes yet? And everyone said, Phil, you're just impatient. Just wait. And then February came and I said, all these new games are coming out. Boy, it would be nice to have all these improvements and changes around here. And everyone said, Phil, you're just being impatient. Just wait. And then March came and I said,
what green screen?
It'd be great to have all these improvements around here. Do you see the pattern? Do you see what I'm saying? This is an ongoing thing with YouTube. And I'm tired of it. They need to live up to their promises. Don't promise the world and then don't deliver on it. Just don't make the promise then. Everyone's excited for these new improvements coming to YouTube streaming. Where are they? By the time they come out, no one will care. So anyway, Chaotic Bacon, my apologies. I don't have the ability to easily unban you. I wish I could, but YouTube never improved. So you have to email me with your info, okay?
Not even promises, though. They said, hey, we want to unroll or we want to implement some of these things. Some of that stuff might end up getting yeefed. It is what it is, but that's the promise, though.
And that's fine. That's with anything with development, especially on a platform that is, based upon giving somebody, your impressions. This is how you're supposed to build off of stuff. They want you to view this content, and they want you to devour it as frequently as possible. But they're also curating it to you and the company's own views and agenda. That's how it works.
Exactly.
So they, Alphabet makes no money. They lose fucking money. But hey,
yeah, they do.
They're consistently watched and used, and everybody goes to YouTube for videos, and people go to, they even try to come here for live streams, but Twitch still has that. And Phil wants YouTube live streaming to be just like Twitch, and it'll never be that way.
No.
No, because I can still call Phil a retard and not get in trouble. I could still call him a fat faggot and not worry about, having Susan come at me all the time.
Well, that box wine is rather appealing at times, sir.
Yeah, remind me to send a box of tequila to her for, Cinco de
Mayo coming
up. 5 zillion times. Why would I ever go back to a place where every moment that I'm there, it feels like I'm walking on eggshells, okay? At any moment, they can claim I violated their partner program and not have to ever provide any evidence of wrongdoing and give me no recourse to actually have a reversal of the decision or even stick up for myself. On YouTube, if YouTube says you did something wrong, there's a process by which they follow. If it's copyright, there's a strike system. If it's a community guidelines, there's a strike system in place. On Twitch, we just do whatever we want.
The framework for that idea exists, but if YouTube doesn't want you on their platform, they remove you from their fucking platform. It's that easy. You're a push of a button in this. If you're on the internet saying whatever you want and they don't like it, they push the button. Done. Send you away, send you back in, go somewhere else. And it's that easy. And Phil doesn't understand it. It's happened to how many people? And this strike system's there, but you can exploit it and still get through. You know, people get unbanned and strikes removed in an instant. You know, and Phil doesn't seem to understand this at all.
But the thing is, though, is this same argument that he's making is the same bullshit that he used to say when he was on Twitch. Oh, Twitch has this system where they have real people here that you can actually talk to, and you can get they're willing to hear you out. YouTube doesn't do that. YouTube is automated. So you see how quickly he jumps from cock to cock? Like, Jesus Christ, man, pick one and stick with it. Like, period.
I don't know if he can at this point.
Every platform has its shortcomings, man. Every platform has shortcomings. And for someone who's made $2 million on the platform, what did he do to invest in it?
Nothing.
Thank you.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's been no investment into his own business at all at this point in time. I mean, if you're pulling the kind of bank that Phil was pulling back in the day, there was no investment into video equipment or streaming equipment until, you know, people pushed him for it. And that's the thing that some of these pay piggies are too fucking retarded to understand, is that they have all the power.
Right.
If they don't want something, sit on your wallet. Don't get up out of your wheelchair. Don't ask your, mommy to grab it out of the fanny pack on the back, the one with the Blue's Clues logo. Don't worry about it. Don't steal mommy's credit card either.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Phil's to this grasping at straws point where everything he can figure, anything that can happen. I mean, if he gets yeeted off of YouTube, he's going back to Twitch. Because he's not banned on Twitch.
Right.
He's just booted from the partnership program. He could still stream there if he wanted.
Yeah.
Well, he could stream here on YouTube and simulcast over there on Twitch right now.
Exactly.
And he won't do it. He won't fucking do it.
And OBS is making it easier and easier to do that.
Yeah, it's pop in one button. You go get an app for it and you hit the button and you're done.
Wow. How long until we start doing tip goals for his teeth, though? Because this is a mess. Like this is a great screen, a great stoppage on your part. This is a mess here.
It's got to be coming. I mean, I don't think he even has dental.
Oh, Jesus!
I gotta get some teeth work done. That's this thing. I'm gonna have to eat that bill. But hey, I make enough money and I have a decent dental plan. I'm gonna take care of all that stuff.
Well, for what he says he pays, he should have decent coverage on everything anyway, because he definitely needs vision, as we both know.
Oh my god, yeah, he does.
You know what I'm saying?
He definitely needs some vision. He needs to put
and dental should definitely be a thing because how much your health is linked to that. Jesus.
Yeah, no, your mouth is some important business. Your mouth and your eyeballs. You should really try to take care of those when you can. Especially if you're having problems. I mean, Phil is full lean in most of the time. He's way up into your stream, way up inside, just yelling at you. It's bad. He can't see shit. You can barely even see his laptop. You get this weird fucking twist and snort dance move going on now, where he goes fucking left to right.
Oh, that's ugly.
No, he's going to need some dental work.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Even though they claim there's a strike system, they just bypass it anyway. That's what happened to me.
What else he needs is a little work in that bald patch in the back. Do you see that birthday bald patch? The one that looks like it's a goddamn wild animal in there?
Oh, I saw the I saw the Shining edit that someone made on it. I did. That shit's hilarious.
It's going away. His hair is leaving. It's leaving faster than his whales.
They never said, you violated.
Well, that goes back to a conversation that you and I have had. I think we had it with Declan, too. Do you think he colors his hair?
I'm under the impression he dyes his hair.
Yeah, because that's the only reason why he would go to a salon, right?
I mean, you don't want to go to a barbershop, pay like $25, hang out there for a couple hours, shoot the shit with the dudes? No. You want to go with your wife and have an important, fun day out. How do you think they use mane and tail on cat?
They might.
the Nike check bar, the swoosh. Somebody put the swoosh down. Fuck. Yeah, he's falling apart right in front of your eyes right now.
Yeah, he is.
This is not the face of your average 40-year-old man.
No, not at all.
This is the face of some neat hermit in fucking Zelda pajama pants, hoping and praying that 1 Minuteman tip is coming in because it's a slow fucking morning.
Wow.
You sit there just hurting it. Just hurting it. You get the light gray. Like, no wonder why people were saying he's using a filter. He's not using a filter. It's just he has poor lighting in his room. He has a fucking lamp that sits there. And I get it. But if, you got to make improvements and try to figure it out and make the best of your situation. Fuck, I've heard of people using green construction paper to make a goddamn green screen. And this guy is zero effort. He can't even take the effort to unban somebody who pays him $5. Can't even look it up.
One, and therefore be careful, because if you do it a second time or a third time, you'll be kicked out. You're gone. Well, wait, what? Well, what did I do wrong? Well, we did an investigation. We figured out you violated our policy. How? Show me examples. No response. Why would I ever want to work there ever again? Are you out of your mind? How can I take my business, my actual source of
going
income,
back,
and try to take
if they let him, he'll go back.
At any moment, they just give you a kick out for no reason and never have to justify it. Do you know that what they did to me is illegal? It is. You can't just sever a legal contract like that without evidence that the contract was violated in some way. Without them providing evidence I did something wrong, they have no right to sever the contract. I could sue them right now for what they did to me. I'm not going to. I don't have the means, and I don't have the money.
Yep.
Right? I don't have the time or money to do that. What they did to me was a legal infringement. But I'm not going to go back. Well, how dumb would I be to go back to the place that abused me and say, I want to get abused again, please? I'm not stupid.
Your chats do it all the
last
time.
year here on YouTube, right? What negative things have really happened? Well, there was a few videos that got content ID claimed. That's an issue. I agree. The content ID here system on YouTube is bad. They definitely got to fix it and improve it. I think it's stupid. I don't like losing revenue on the stuff that I do on YouTube because someone claimed my entire video because there's a song in it. All right? But outside of that, YouTube has been there, done that, and they've kind of worked out a lot of the shit. The good news is I haven't had a major issue here on YouTube in years and years. Not to say that it couldn't happen again or it won't happen again, because I almost guarantee you it will eventually happen again. There will be false claims. There will be stupid shit that will happen. It's bound to happen. It's guaranteed it will happen at some point. But I have worked out alternate things. If something were to happen to one channel, I have some alternate channels I can use in the meantime. Basically, I've got redundancy, and I've got enough of a following here on YouTube that if something were to go wrong, I'm good. On Twitch, if I get suspended or banned, it's over.
What the hell is this?
Nothing.
What the hell is this weird piggy wiggle? Can you go back like 15 seconds for me? It's probably not even that. It's really like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got this weird little squirm that he does that has become more and more frequent, at least over the last couple months that I've noticed.
Is it the weird like side to side back shuffle move?
Yeah, that. Basically, it just seems more and more pronounced to me, I should say, as of late.
If were to go wrong, I'm good.
Yeah,
on Twitch, if I get suspended or banned, it's over. What do you do? Nothing. There's nothing you can fucking do. So it would be a complete idiotic move, completely stupid, for me to go back to Twitch. I'd have to be the dumbest motherfucker on the planet to go back to Twitch. With the way they treated me and the way they've treated others, not just me, many others were treated exactly the same way and don't have a recourse besides suing them. Do I want to sue the fucking company? No, I want to make content. I want to play games and have fun. I don't want to be in a fucking legal battle with some dumb fuck company that mistreats the people who put out the content that make them money to begin with. So, fuck them. I'm not going back. Okay.
Okay.
He doesn't have any grounds to sue anyway, though.
$6.72 says, what about dual streaming with Twitch? It would be double the views and contributions. No, it would not. Number one, you cannot be in partner programs on both sites. It's not allowed. All right? Just not allowed at all. So I would not get any subs. I would not get any cheers. None of that would be allowed if I were dual streaming over on Twitch. They don't let you go into the partner.
Not from your gameplay, but if he's doing his pre-stream podcast, he could dual stream both of those.
Oh yeah, for sure. But he couldn't gameplay. I think that's in the TOS if you're gaming on YouTube. Is that you can't use your partnered gameplay on YouTube and use it again on Twitch.
Right.
You can't do the piggy double dip. That's just what it is. So it goes both ways.
Yeah.
But if he did the pre-stream podcast on a dual cast, that's fine. As far as I understand it, that's fine. That's just a talk show, according to
it's like a talk show, if you will.
Yeah. But he could still do that right now. I mean, his partnership, the only thing that happens is his subs and cheers. And you can hear the greed in his voice here. That's why he would go back. Subs and cheers. He doesn't give a shit about giving you all the emotes and all the fun emotes you can put up on his chat and this and that. He doesn't care about that better Twitch TV shit. No.
Nope.
No. Doesn't give a fuck. Wants your money. That's it. Period. Look, just glancing in his chat. Just eye fucking it. Oh, look, we got a lead in right there. Message deleted. Big Daddy.
Number one. Number two.
That's a far stretch.
If I were to dual stream and still have all features enabled on both streams, you would essentially be asking for double the moderation requirements. You would have to have moderators on YouTube and on Twitch, double modding or having split mods. In addition to that, you'd be splitting the audience. Right now, I'm trying to build my YouTube channel, right? I enjoy live streaming on YouTube, and I enjoy having an audience on YouTube, and I tell you guys, thanks for the engagement, the likes, the comments on the videos, it builds the channel. I already know that if I split my efforts between YouTube and another site, the audience splits. There's a split, and now there's no feeling of building this channel anymore because there's people going over to the Twitch channel again. That would make no sense whatsoever.
What about the overall community, though?
That's the thing. You know, we've talked about this before. This is the whole North, Goutopia, South Goutopia idea.
Right.
The fact that he was already doing this. YouTube was the archive. YouTube was the dustbin, they just give me the view money and that's it.
Right.
Now he has it all on YouTube. And he can't grasp the concept that if he opened the door, that forbidden door a little bit, that maybe he can wiggle his way back in a little. But right now there's no effort to his Twitch. So why would Twitch bring him back? Like, oh, you left and you went to YouTube. Why would we fucking even offer you a partnership right now?
And that's why I'm waiting for that rant between the 20th and the 23rd if he doesn't get, it doesn't get accepted back on.
Yeah, I'd expect another Twitter rant, or, a Twitch rant, excuse me. Like it should be coming. Because people will remind him, trolls will, hey, it's been a year, or, it's been a few years since you got booted from, the Twitch partnership program. How do you feel now? And he'll either grandstand it, or he will, just make it a whole new victim segment again.
Oh.
Like, this is the face of a man who is coping. He's coping for anything, his legacy, whatever you want to call it. It's all just a big fuck off cope right now. Hoping that you're entertained enough to pass him a few bucks. Or you're a dumb troll idiot who wants to pass him a few bucks to get your name laughed at. It's this rent-free spot in Phil's head. It's shared by Mission 1 Keemstar. It's shared by good old Twitch. It's shared by anybody who's ever wronged the man. Just even the dude who sent him a cardboard dick still has an apartment rent-free in Phil's head. He'll never forget any of that shit. Tevin's like the fucking landlord.
Pretty much.
The multi-complex rolling. And he's got the storefront as well.
Right.
But this is only 15 minutes of a pre-stream begcast that he's been doing.
Jesus.
Just lovely condensed down thanks to Hate Army. Because I don't know how you can handle this much fucking cope. We're about to try, though. We're about to try to digest
0.
live cope.
If I'm building YouTube, I'm building YouTube. If I'm building Twitch, I'm building Twitch. You're not supposed to be building 2 things at once. It wouldn't make any sense at all. And plus, like I said, can't even make any money on Twitch because they wouldn't let me back to the partner program. If I'm making money on YouTube, that's against their terms of service. So there you go. All right.
Look at the chair wiggle.
Why do you need to moderate Twitch chat? Because despite the fact if you're a partner or not, you can still be banned from Twitch for bad things happening in the chat. They don't care about your excuses or whatever. If you operate a Twitch channel, you're responsible for what happens on said channel. And if you allow rampant bad things to happen in the chat, they will ban you anyway. It's not just about the partner program if they have terms of service outside of that as well.
Oh.
He kind of gave himself up there, though, because he admits that he not only still goes over there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's lurking on Tevin for any period of time or any other detractor that's over there on a regular basis.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a rough thing. Like Phil's the kind of guy who sits there and wants you to enjoy his content the filtered way.
Right.
Through his eyes, sipping the Kool-Aid all along. That's what he wants from you. And that's why he curates this content now. At least that's how he says it is. It's curated. You know, like this morning we're heading into The Empire Strikes Back, the best Star Wars movie, let's be honest. And enjoying Phil's lovely monetized streaming. Illegally, sorry. Because we're dirty, filthy, illegal detractors over here.
Exactly.
You know, it's always enjoyable. I'll bring it back up for you guys so you can see the live thumbnail. Great thumbnail. Nailed it. Now,
Jesus Christ.
how long has this one dude been making him thumbnails? You think?
A number of years,
About
for sure.
5 years? I know his name's been mentioned before at some point in time. I just don't give a fuck because this is lazy fucking, you know, easy money effort. But
right.
You know, the guy's not getting paid. So
No, not at all.
why even try? I mean, there's not much of an attention grabber here. Let's try to break this down for you.
All right.
This YouTube thumbnail, because I recognize a little bit of the algorithm, if you will, for when it comes to this kind of stuff. That's why whenever Phil was putting up like his thumbnails, YouTube would choose that weird like stroke face or like the time he turns around and it shows you the bald spot or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's because YouTube is looking for faces. They like to see faces front and center of your content. Like a human face is something that catches the eye, according to YouTube robots, which is true. I mean, there's even something called matrixing, where, you know, you look up into the trees or something, and you're going to see patterns. You're going to see faces and things like that. It happens. It's just it's a natural instinct kind of thing. So if we get the game, we've got that part down. That's pretty good. We say it's live! Exclamation point. We're nailing that. And Zach Bell is recognizing that when I'm telling you that YouTube's looking for faces and the bald spot, it thinks YouTube robots think that the bald spot's a face. It's great. But that's why he brought this up. He finally got enough of the heat on Kiwi Farms and being laughed at for his terrible fucking thumbnails. And he's at this point finally where he hit the mark. He asked the dude, hey, make you know, he plays just a handful of games. You gotta make 4 or so there. A month or every few months until you get into it. But we'll see how his numbers pan out, that's for sure. Again, this is going to be probably a slow stream, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see his birthday shout-out? Declonius is bringing that up. From the local Spokane news network?
Yeah, I actually did. I did. That was actually pretty funny.
Son Jasper? Wrestling? Oh, I hope you watched that. WrestleMania. Oh, that was good. That's quality trolling to me. That's gold medal worthy.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my eyes. It doesn't hurt anybody. it's a fun little prank, and if Phil sees it, which, well, he of course does because he browses Kiwi Farms, you get to laugh. You get to laugh. I think who's the whale for this, Cracker Jack? Is it who is it? Is it Game Tracker? Or like there's a few of them who float around every now and then. There's Game Tracker, there's Slayer, you know. They've been around. Emil's been around, but he said he can't really contribute anymore the other day. It's just we're at the point where it's a shit show.
Right.
Like either you're here to hope that something weird happens and get a good chuckle, or you're gonna laugh at one of his dumb pay piggies or some weird internet fucking drama that pops up in this community of detractors. And that's your entertainment.
Pretty much.
Now, Phil hasn't been entertaining, and since we have a little pre-show time, and you said you've been keeping up with other locals, right?
Yeah.
I know you like the big girls, and that's been something I haven't touched on yet. So I might have to come up over to your channel for a live stream and just get my brain melted by some fat bitches.
I can help you with that.
Yeah, so that might be very enjoyable. But I've been watching the gunfire.
Oh.
That's been peak. That's been peak for me.
God damn, dude. Where you want to start?
I mean, do you want to go bowling? We could always go bowling.
Yeah, we can always go bowling. So initially, that whole bowling event was supposed to be that plus a wedding, right?
He was supposed to be married, and then
he was supposed to be married.
A whole panel afterwards or something.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a whole discussion panel afterwards, and then all of a sudden, alleged rape charges come up.
From
naughty,
Alice, right?
Very naughty.
Oops.
Yeah, apparently, allegedly, the Gunt went ahead and got one of Ice Poseidon's sloppy seconds, thirds, fourths, whatever. Apparently, got her really drunk. Apparently, gave her some of the. I'm sorry.
Stuck a finger in her butt and gave it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure, but apparently, he definitely put some work with the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Gun to mouth, if you will. Oh. And she woke up the next day missing her phone, and it's not funny. It's really not funny if it really happened. But she asked him, "Hey, did we do anything last night?" And Ralph was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, we did stuff.
Yeah, and that was the end of that, which is really weird because if you listen to what she had said when she was on the Kino Casino, I believe that's PPP and what's his name?
And
Andy Worski.
Yeah,
thank you.
I like Kino. It's good stuff. It's
it's good. It's definitely good quality stuff. I like to see. I like seeing Andy slowly get back on top if he can. She basically told Ralph that, hey, if you give me, I'm at my limit, because let's call spade a spade. She's an alcoholic, and she admits it. So it's not slander. But she said that, hey, if you give me this one more drink, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna pass out. Yeah. And Ralph was like, well, drink it then, bitch.
Right. You're drinking it then. Oh, pulling his alpha Gunt maneuvers.
Yep. And then that's what led to what happened. Allegedly, of course, she's a character in herself. You can't really believe everything she says, but it'll come out sooner than later. Either way, so the wedding got called off. As you know, Pansu gave birth to a daughter, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pansu gave birth to a daughter, and Ethan still decided to go out to Texas to have the event anyway. And to make a long story short, it was a complete and total utter fucking shit show.
It was a disaster. I mean, here's what the rundown was. To get to this event and be part of witnessing a Gunt marriage, you had to pay $65.
$65
to travel there to eat some bowling alley food. You get hollered at by some fat guy who's been drinking all day, who couldn't stand this shitty ass panel that he pulled off with fucking Destiny. And Destiny was fucking hilarious. He showed up and just shit on him right away.
Shit on him hard.
He was like, really? You're gonna invite me on here, change the fucking topic, and now I'm not even supposed to talk to this guy? Like, okay. Now what? We're gonna have this shitty audio, this stream cutting out all the time, and it's just a disaster. It was captivating. I mean, you gave me that Medicare stream, Gunter Ball, and that's a quality one.
Medicare stream was fantastic. It was fantastic. That was Jim, and that was old Jim.
Yeah, that was old school Jim stuff. Where he's showing up and laughing at somebody who's sitting there at an event, tweeting at Jim, and trying to shit talk at his own event that people paid money to attend.
It was fantastic.
And so Gunn can't be a bad boy. In any misstep with the law, and he's going into lockup. That's his terms and conditions with that whole revenge porn thing.
Yep.
So if he messes up at all, and he's gonna screw up, he's gonna go see some time. And he's sitting there saying that he just whooped some dude's ass for calling him what do you call him? What was it?
Rape It Ralph?
Yeah, Rape It Ralph is what they said. He said Rape It Ralph. And I thought it was the best.
Oh, shit!
And he put a little fucking, like, a little something on a slightly drunk punch. And then Ralph's, like, security team beat his ass or something like that. And,
it was really like a forearm hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a forearm strike.
Like a get away from me, man. Like, don't fucking step at me.
But then security jumped on him, and then you see them kind of like panning him around the corner, and then all these people show up, and you know Ethan Ralph
put his little hoofs on him, right?
He did. He actually, I'll give you guys a point of reference. What you saw, or what Ethan Ralph more than likely did, was similar to what Tupac Shakur did back in Vegas. The night he got shot. Where, you know what I'm saying, the guy's already on the ground, there's a bunch of people stomping on him, and Pac kind of comes around and or Suge Knight comes around and kind of kicks the guy in the face. That's kind of what Ralph did. But you just didn't get the right angle on it.
Yeah, and he was, like, very nervous that video's out there now.
Oh, well, because that one idiot is like, oh, I got the whole fight, man, I got the whole beatdown, and Ralph's trying to be like,
oh, yeah, no.
What? Let me see it? And it was, yeah. Like, if that shit had actually... I don't know if anybody has a real copy of that, like a hard copy. But if not, Ralph was fucked.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't checked the gun side of the farms for that one yet.
I know Noel, or Josh, has put the bounty on it. And he was like, yo, whoever brings it to me, you know, I'll shout you out. But by all means, if you have it, send it.
Yeah, this gun mount down has been gold. And it's been a slow kind of build to this. And we're now at this point where... He might be the most laughable person on the internet. He even put out a tweet where he said he was the king of hate.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Dude, give Phil his hat back. Okay, it's time. Get out of the little tiny fucking cowboy boots and give Phil his fucking hat back.
Well, it goes back to what I've said before, that loyal cows watch are the loyal cows. And so it's fitting that the Gunt goes to the king of gout and is like, I need that. Go ahead and hold my beer, or hold my my Maker's Mark, and go ahead and pass me the crown.
Yeah. Hold my pill bottle. I'm going in.
Oh, my pill bottle.
just shake it. Just give it a little shake.
Should we talk about Flamingo next?
In his little whoopsie there.
Oh my god.
It happens. It happens.
It's definitely a rookie mistake. You know what I'm saying? It could happen to anybody. Oh, yeah. It still will.
It's one of those things that just sucks when it comes across, and you're just it's like oops, and you know, sadly he's gonna have to deal with it. It's not that big of a deal, but Ralph is an annoying fucking person anyways.
Yeah, but everything that came out afterwards, like the hentai viewing lists, and then the kink stuff, and it's been, oh yeah, and then getting pegged or wanting to be pegged, and then the cousin fucking, and oh.
I mean, if you're just doing D-gen shit, you're doing D-gen shit. I'm gonna have a good laugh, but then it's gonna blow over. I might make a little poke or a prod at you every now and then, you know, like we did with LSD with his whoopsie. But then you eventually drop it. and
Yeah,
move on.
I agree. It's just he's like I think he was on the Kino Casino the other night, and he was kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if you could say it was low key trying to deny it. I don't know if I can't recall. I don't know if that's part of his political speech or whatever. I don't know what it was, but it just came across bad. Whereas if he had just owned it, then, like you said, it would have ended up disappearing, and then eventually people would just throw shots at it. But he was just stumbling all over himself, and one of the big takeaways of it, excuse me, was how many people who watch him and who, you can even see some of them on the farms who were like, yeah, I felt that he was tolerable, but now that this has come out, fuck him. I want to see him burn him with fire.
That's like what happens to anybody, though, in any kind of low-cal scenario. If you're trapped in anybody's orbit or vortex, and you fuck up, you're gonna have to fucking deal with it. You're gonna have to deal with it. Too quick, too. Thank you for the 5-piece, my guy. You said Chris Chan. When Chris Chan was arrested and Ralph filmed it, that was the transfer of the torch, so to speak, of the biggest low-cal? Yeah, I think so.
Dude, that shit was... I tell you now, and I'm not joking, I feel like that footage that Ethan Ralph caught of Chris Chan, which I just saw it on that gamer from Mars, because he has like a 4 or 5 part documentary on it. I feel like that footage is cursed. Like, yeah, Ethan Ralph was already on a downward spiral, but it's become even worse ever since that.
Yeah, it was just fitting that he was the one to catch that whole filming of Chris getting arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Doing his hollering from up on the hill and shit. It was just like, oh my god, this guy's going full tilt, and it's been off the rails, just off the rails for
absolute trash fire.
When you're begging Daddy Jim to come save you or go have a talk somewhere or do something like that, you're in deep shit.
I think even Jim was taken back by that. Like, I think even Jim was kind of looking at him like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing right now? Like, this is not the way to handle this. And it was over nothing. Just like with his issue, the Gunt, his issue with Nick Rekieta. Like, you shat yourself on fucking stream. And Nick was like, yeah, everybody laughed at it. Why couldn't you just let that go? Instead, you're calling him a shyster and you're doing all this extra shit. And it's like, he was one of the few people that were still in your corner.
Yeah, Rekieta didn't care. He was just having a laugh, and he just freaked out.
And that's all it should have been. It should have been just a laugh. But he made it out to be so much more than it needed to be.
Yeah, he's turning into McDougal's got it right. The real Gunt Chan.
Yeah, he's turning into the very thing he used to laugh at himself.
We're just on another level here. We got a couple minutes until he even starts his bullcrap stream. It's amazing. I think he's got like 13 viewers currently.
What, 3 minutes plus what? Another 20 minutes of music?
Oh yeah, I know. We're gonna have to mute that shit. For sure. It's been just one of those things. I liked watching a dumpster fire. It's been fun, and I cut my teeth on Phil. He's just probably because that's what I enjoyed watching in my younger man days. Was laughing at some idiot on the internet, and that's as easy as it was. This is a guy who plays video games shitty and treats his fans shitty.
Yep.
And that baseline of Phil hasn't changed.
No, not at all.
No. I expect him to do more of this detractor kind of style content, eventually.
Well, if he's going to go the pre-stream route, it's all he really has. If anything, he's fortunate that there's such a large detractor library that spans damn near over a decade.
Yeah, you've been talked about in Kiwi Farms for years now. I've seen Jeff the Hero, if you remember him, doing videos, or DSP Cult Leader, the classic channels that were around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Finally put up his shitty music. Can't stand that garbage.
No, I will say that some of the beats for some of those things are fantastic, but everything else is trash.
Some of the people make decent beats for it and stuff, but it's just it's squeezing out content out of this wet cum rag, and you're barely even getting a drop. you know, how long was he begging for people to make new music for him? That stopped.
Shit, for years.
Oh, make new artwork. That stopped. He has to like go and beg for this stuff. Everything he's getting right now is begged for. Everything.
I think everything he's ever had, for the most part, has been begged for, my guy. Even in his white hot popular days, all of that came from begging. You know what I'm saying? Begging for views, begging for likes.
Begging for you to click on the ads. Don't forget about that.
Click an ad. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's where Monday Matt got that turn off that pesky ad block from, honestly.
No, I remember those days where he told his chat to turn off ad block. You know, now it's just shameless begging. And,
yeah.
You know, ask us a couple of years ago, do you think we ever would have seen this shameless begging occur this fast?
I don't know. I'd have to hit the blunt first and then have to really think about that. But a couple of years ago, I don't think that would have. I don't think I would have ever. I assumed it was going to get bad. We both have, but like I said, the mask slipped when he came to YouTube. Like, no fucks were given. Like on Twitch, he had to have some type of facade.
He's just struggle bussing though now. It's shameless. It's shameless.
Yes.
I mean, you put out 2 begging tweets yesterday. Like, come support me. You know, the first thing out of his mouth is support. You go down on his channel. There's not even a description of the gameplay, hardly. It's just, give me money.
Right.
And if we even go peek at it, like, you just scroll down a little way. So you get your game and stuff, and you just hit. Look at this. Not even a description of what you're doing. It just says, join the channel to get access to the perks, and please consider leaving a tip. That's it. Thank you in advance. That's the tagline. Thank you in advance. Because it's always in advance for him.
It always in advance.
He always needs an advance. He needs an advance on his credit line. He needs an advance on, you know, his tax money payments.
When did
he had his tax guy working weekends, if you heard that the other day.
Really?
I mean, I guess. He said he was emailing the tax guy for some reason at like 7 o'clock at night.
Is he still doing taxes? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No worries. He is doing taxes, allegedly. Now, he's got his back taxes that he still owes.
Uh-huh.
So he's on that payment plan. It's like $500 a month or whatever it comes out to be.
Right.
I know that Piece of Peace has that kind of information. And there's
all over
Kiwi
it.
Farmers who are just all over that. But he's still doing I have a tax guy. I send him all the forms, my receipts for the year, blah, blah, blah. Now, that's how irresponsible he is with the money. Because, in all honesty, it should be, here's the printout from PayPal. Here's the printout from YouTube. Here's the printout from whatever other service I've been using. Patreon or... They're all going to give you a tax form printout, pretty much. So, you're going to have to deal with it. And it's that easy. Like, if you were doing smart content creation... You know, everything that goes into the channel or for the channel should be all through one account. But that's not Phil. He's always been the kind of guy who gets his YouTube money, and that's for the bills. He turns around and gets the tip money, and that's for a rainy day fund. And he's had quite a few rainy days. I mean, that's why he moved to Seattle, I think. It wasn't to heal the back or become into the Seattle groove and get into the scene of the tech industry. No, it was to sit there and spend money on rainy days.
Jesus. I have 2 questions. I have a question and then I have as kind of more of a theory. Is it plausible that he's actually doing his own taxes, or he's attempting to? I should say.
I mean, he very well be doing his own taxes and just lying to everybody and just using like a TurboTax app or something or H&R Block or something. But he's actually made payments to a firm. Like,
because he owes.
They're confirmed in the bank leaks that came out.
Okay, no, that's true. You're very right about that. But and at the same time, I mean, he would owe that back tax payment anyway, because this idiot doesn't want to pay the $1,200 up front. He wants to pay them $100 a month for 12 fucking months.
Yeah, no, it's Mr. Minimum Payments. It's minimum after minimum payments. That's the DSP way of life.
God damn. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's
second,
Gin, Gotcha, and DoorDash.
I'm glad you brought that up. How is he going to write all that off? I mean, I know I speculated about this on my last stream, but how do you think he's going to write away or write off all of that DoorDash? How's he going to claim all of the gifted stuff like the laptop and all that if he even needs to? How do you expect that some of that to go?
I don't think he's claiming it. I think he's fudging the numbers. He's more than willing to. He did it in his own bankruptcy statement, was to fudge numbers just to get to that line. But in my view, he's writing him off as like business meals, you know. Like maybe Cat is someone employed with him or something in some kind of capacity. But if he can find a way to squeal around it and get some money back into his pocket for it, he's going to. He already writes off this YouTube studio. You know, he writes off those microtransactions with WWE champions. Those are all written off, even though they don't exist in his business model. You know, it's anything he can. I don't think you can write off the gin though, and that's like about a $400 a week transaction.
Jesus.
Like how he said that gin wasn't the all be all end all. He was like, oh, I used to drink rum and coke all the time. I was like, I know. We watched your Fallout 3 videos, Phil. It's like, I get it. He was just drunk consistently, but
consistently.
It was handles of wine. If you remember any of those traveling vlogs he had, anytime he was at a party, you know, every time he had a bar or like you could see his liquor, there was always Tanqueray there.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
It was a staple
too. It's pig roach juice.
It was the 1.75 liter.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. You know, you can point it out and laugh at him for it. That's for sure. I think he hides his alcoholism pretty well for somebody who has to be drinking that much.
Well, yeah. I probably during the day he does. At night, I think it's blatantly obvious.
Oh, at night he's fucking tuned up at night for sure, and he stays up until like 2 to 4 o'clock in the morning, West Coast time.
Yep.
It's usually when you see the gin tweets and things like that. It's like, damn, dude, you've been sitting there just chugging gin and Sprites or rum and Cokes or whatever else you want to just pound down. And like, I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that household. Because it's got to be the most silent nights, the most quiet, pedantic, boring affairs. Like, you're ordering DoorDash and sitting there and maybe watching some other fucking YouTuber play a video game. And I get it, that could be entertaining.
Right.
But you're not having a discussion with your wife about her day. Because what? All she did was shine up some potatoes in the fucking produce aisle. You know, for 4 hours. And then showed up and played Skyrim for the rest of the day while you yelled at people for money. It's impressive.
I think, honestly, he lives in at this point, I should say, he lives in his own head. I very likely doubt he has very little interaction with Catherine. If any, if it's not food related or having him chauffeur him on their day off. I think, well, from what little I saw of his 40th birthday celebration and where he's at in life and all of the coping that came with that bullshit, he came across as a man who has a deep amount of regret, but he has conditioned himself in such a way to be like, it's not my fault. I did the best I could. It's because everybody hates me, but I can't justify why they hate me. Is the only thing that puts one hoof in front of the other. But he has to live with that every fucking night. That's the reason why he has to get himself drunk. It's the only way he can face it. It's the only way he can probably sleep.
You're right. At this point, it has to be that. It's his coping mechanism. Again, is this guy who says he's always been the underdog. The depressed person, you know, that was my depression, you know, that they're all making fun. It's all this victim bullshit that he peddles, and he's been sipping his own Kool-Aid and smelling his own farts for so long. That's all he can do.
Exactly.
That's all he can do, and it's so embedded into how he acts and the persona he is online. Because I'm sure if you met Phil in real life, and you said, "Oh, hey Phil, how are you doing?" he would turn and run. And get out of Dodge. He's a very uncomfortable hermit.
Yes.
He has to have things his own way, and you know, if the slightest fucking thing is out of order, he's tilted. He's mad when he doesn't, you know, like wife's birthday didn't go well for the breakfast. Go into, Sherry's pies. It's this sad existence, and he wants to tell us that we have this sad existence, that his detractors are just basement dwelling trolls. I mean, you were on hiatus for about 2 years. It isn't like, people in chat haven't missed you. It's not like I haven't missed you, but I come from a place of understanding when it's a time to fucking put this shit show down and do your own thing. I trust that you're smart enough to do it to your best ability. As long as you, just check in every now and then on those who you care about, things will probably go well for you. And Phil lost those opportunities. He could have still been friends with John Rambo. He could have still had a contact on the East Coast. Things like that could have happened, but he's too ego-driven to realize the errors of his own ways.
It's true, and it's very true, actually. The thing with John, and John falls in a lot of the ways of a Panda did, or Leanna, is we all joke about the pignosis, but in actuality, he had them conditioned. He had John conditioned that, okay, Phil says stupid stuff, or he does stupid stuff because he's insecure or whatever. He doesn't necessarily mean it, and he's my buddy, and I want to help him out. Just like how Panda, and I would assume, in the many, many nights, she was upstairs in the nightie, waiting for Phil to show up, and either he was too drunk or he was too busy squeezing one out before he could ever consider giving her some pig juice, and that's the reason why their relationship fell apart. When John started to really be like, hey, I gotta prioritize myself over you, is when Phil was like, then you're not useful to me anymore.
Yeah,
that's literally what it came down to.
That point where, if you remember John's little lakeside, pondside video on his trip, where he said he got fired because of Phil's actions on YouTube.
Yeah.
Language. That was the point where John Rambo checked out.
Yeah.
That was 100% the point. And it's probably Howard who probably told John, dude, he's only doing it for the money. That's all he ever cared about was the money. And you were just a catalyst for that.
He was. He was merely just a piece of the puzzle. And I think John knew that from when they went to that convention, remember? Where he tried to joke with Leanna, and Leanna was like, hey, you don't want me to talk to your boss about this, right? You're just an employee.
The kind of googly eyes, true romance, kind of laughing, joking, and Phil got real uncomfortable with that too.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa, some moves are being made. Maybe. And he was peeking out the blinds like John Rambo was the trash man. he was coming out there to scoop up that trash, and Phil was a little bit worried. That's why this whole move happened. It was and it was to a location where he wanted to move. It wasn't Panda's choosing. She wanted Florida or Texas, and Piggy said, no, I can't do the heat. Can't take the heat, but Seattle's sweltering hot. Can't wear the vest.
Exactly. Oh, big ups to Chio in chat, by the way.
Oh, Chio, what's going on? I haven't seen Chio in a while.
But that's what happened with John. John just outlived his usefulness. I don't think he ever liked Howard. I think Howard was a means to an end. Because when John and Howard bought that arcade machine, okay, I have a reason to deal with Howard now. Oh, Howard has now elevated himself to some form of usefulness for me. And in a lot of ways, I look at it as, if you're Howard, you're probably like, okay, well, I don't mind the guy, he's trying to compete, he's trying to put Connecticut on the map, whatever. Even though Phil never did any of that, he was only looking at elevating himself. But if Howard was ever to be like, well, hey, Phil, man, you're over here a lot, and you never really contributed anything to this machine or anything like that, you could be a little bit more grateful, I guess, or something along those lines. Phil would probably just be like, oh, well, I'm cool with John.
Yeah.
So yeah. So John served
never friends.
Exactly.
Howard just came along because he liked John.
Basically, John served multiple purposes. And Howard never fell for the bullshit. I think Howard always saw Phil for what he was.
Yeah, that's why he said he got guts, because that's really what he got out of it. It was nothing. It wasn't a friend. He was already friends with John. But
exactly.
Phil was always somebody who was pulling you along to his benefit. And it's the same thing I've told to some of these whales in the past. I've sent them DMs and talked to certain ones. And I've told them all, you're getting nothing from this. This is a one-way street. He's not your friend. He's not going to be your buddy. He's not going to be your daddy. Unless if you like being an open mullet, then that's what he's going to treat you as. That's all you are. I mean, John came over to hang out with Phil, and Phil wanted to record videos for YouTube, and John was over it.
Right.
That's how it dissolved. And then he eroded quickly as soon as that point in time happened. We'll have to find that video, that pond video of John. It's buried somewhere. There's some hidden gems down in there. If you can dig into the vortex deep enough, you can find some quality stuff.
Yes, you will. I know you'll definitely find it on Kiwi Farms.
I'm sure it's out there.
Yeah. Actually, if I find it, I'll send you a link to it.
Yeah. Phil treats his fans like Scopely treats Phil. You're just an open wallet, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you are. That's all you'll ever be to Phil. Unless if you hurt his feelings. Don't... Because if you hurt his feelings, you're going to get banned like John Rambo did over there in his chat. So don't hurt Philly's piggy feelings.
And then have to pay tribute to get back in.
And then you got to get blurred out in all the sweet, sweet tip animations.
I got to be honest with you. I remember when I first saw that, I wasn't taken back by it. I was kind of like, okay, I expected that to happen a long time ago. Yeah. To give them the Stalin treatment, if you will.
He full on stalled him. I mean, he's the king of Stalin anyways, but he fucking full on erased these guys from history, as far as he's concerned.
As far as he's concerned.
Yeah. Again, I don't think John Rambo comes up too often in that Down the Rabbit Hole video.
No, actually, now I think about it.
There's no mention of their popular Smirk guys Rassle podcast.
No, I don't think so.
There wasn't any mention of too much co-op until Leanna came in and fucking pissed off everybody.
Right.
So, it's to a point where, Phil's safe with that video.
It's interesting that you brought that up because, when I look back at Phil and Panda's relationship or Leanna's relationship, her expectations for him were way too high. I'm not going to go as far as saying that he promised that girl the world or anything like that, but I think she really wanted, or she really thought a life could have been made out of that. She really thought, okay, hey, we're gonna get married, and he's gonna be continue to grow in popularity as it pertains to his gaming stuff, and I don't know if she thought she was they were gonna be the king and queen of gaming.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and watch some of her old vlogs from back then. Because, when she first started showing up, people didn't like it. They're like, what is she doing in the content?
Right.
It has nothing to do with the content. And then she had her own channel, and then got
right.
Old. And, kudos to her for finally getting out of this whole environment. It's so toxic over there.
Well, it was.
And she's living a what seems to be a happier life at this point in time.
So I think it's the life that she always wanted. I think if DSP had gotten a normal job when they went to Seattle, right, away from the internet, I think she would have been content with that, or not even content. That's me being rude a bit, but I think she would have been happy with it. I don't think she would have had a problem getting a real job, which is what she ended up doing. I think if her and Phil had gotten real jobs, they both could have been content with it, or she would have. You know what I mean? I think she would have been happy with it if it was just the two of them. But DSP wanted more than that, but he wasn't willing to work to obtain it.
No,
that was the problem.
That is the problem for Phil. There's no work ethic for him at all.
At all.
I don't think there ever was. I mean, even from the days of tossing salad all the way up to, getting the boot out of Helicopter Inc.
Mm-hmm.
If you put in any smidge of effort, he would have probably still been at Helicopter Inc., living next door in the, ghetto of Connecticut, according to him. To his parents. Yeah. Just down the street. This is, I'd be interested in see how he's going to try to spin this stuff and be able to pull this whole idea off. And
Because
the night streams are going to get cut eventually.
yes,
They're going to become what you and I have always said they're going to be, is just some sort of podcast nightly piggy wrap-up segment.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like taking an extended pre-stream just at night. Like for 2 hours. Could you imagine that? 2 hours of a Boomer segment? Like, he's going to run out of material. He's gonna struggle.
He's gonna have to, but that's where the detractor content comes into play. That's where some of the more uncomfortable subjects that he may have shied away from will probably have to come up. It could be fruitful, at least for a little while, depending on how he plays it. But then this also goes back to what I've been saying, that sooner than later. Let me reword that. He should take Review Tech USA up on his offer and go out there and talk to him.
I mean,
he might as well.
Rich has been baiting the waters long enough and giving them money.
Well, Rich is a bitch, first off.
He is a bitch. Yeah, he's always been a bitch.
Yes. Yeah, he's always been a bitch. But Rich is hoping to wear him down. And I think, honestly, Rich will eventually.
Yeah, just like Wings. Wings and him have been talking too back and forth every now and then.
Exactly.
So eventually, I think you're going to get that kind of crossover that you want to see, that some people want to see. The thing is, I don't think Phil wants that because it's going to really highlight how absolutely shut in he is.
It will, I think, but it's something that he needs to accept. He can't go any further doing what he's been doing. That's why he's going the podcast route in the first place, because Keem has hurt him. It's funny to say that Keem has hurt him in a way that he can't shrug off. It's a point of denial that he cannot obtain. He has to face that because Keem has a track record for success. However, which way he was able to obtain it, he was able to obtain it.
Yeah, and he did it in an interesting way, right? He did it by talking shit and making fun of people and laughing at drama. Yeah, I mean, he scooped up his own along the way too.
He did.
Don't get me wrong, but he's, he's got fuck you money, and Phil's got, chump change.
Well, DSP don't know how to invest. DSP doesn't know how to save. That's the problem. Like, DSP doesn't know how to save. Like DSP, when he looks at wealth, let's start there. When DSP looks at wealth, he judges wealth not by what you've saved up, but by what you have coming in. And you and I have had this conversation before. We had it with Declan too a couple of times. So as long as there's a steady stream of money coming in, he feels that he's wealthy and he's well off. The problem is, and this has always been DSP's problem, and this is why he's an alcoholic, this is why he has a gambling addiction, and this is why, and I've been pushing this for a while, he has a spending addiction, which is obviously very clear.
Oh, very clear.
Is because
could it get more clear after those bank statements, to be honest?
Shit, dude, that was I don't even. I mean, it's one of those things where we have theorized about that for the longest time, and then when you hear it, it was so much more tragic. It wasn't something that I got any joy from. It just confirmed what we were already saying, and it made it even more sad. It made it even more sad. Like, I think back to all of those early snort reports that I did, clowning his ass. And then when you actually hear the confirmation, it's like, damn.
Yeah, it was one of those things that you never thought you'd get to get a real peek at the man behind the curtain, so to speak.
Yeah, or not much of a, like, that wasn't even a peek. That was just,
that was just curtain off the wall. And
yeah, that was just fully in your face. And it was just like, it was, I didn't feel bad for him because fuck him. I already knew I knew it was happening. It's just, it was just one of those things where it's like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, how much more have people predicted about you that's going to come out? And how bad is it going to be?
It's pretty bad. And I'm sure it hasn't stopped is the other thing. You damn well know he's got one of those high interest rate credit cards floating around. Just stacking money up on it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're all saying it. On other bankruptcies, just bound to happen.
It's right around the corner.
So it's a ticking clock again.
Yeah, it's right around the corner. If he doesn't have another credit card right now, I'd be shocked.
I'd be completely shocked, unless if he's like mooching off of cats.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
She could easily have a credit card line now. I mean, her credit might be pretty squeaky clean compared to Phil's.
Yeah,
so
that's true. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be in the 700s, but it's probably floating around the 650, 680 mark, maybe.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Here we go. Live Roach action.
Oh my god.
Make sure I have them all at the right levels. Oh, I do. There's maximum piggy volume. He lets it run twice.
Does he?
Yeah, he lets that intro run twice.
Oh, okay. It's a flapping pig. That's literally what it looks like.
How you doing? What's up, everybody?
It's a worn out white t-shirt.
Oh my god.
Podcast, episode 112?
I like we can just count like it's something
episode
important.
113. Wow. At some point, we had episode 100. I didn't even realize it, and I didn't even mention it. I totally didn't realize that we had hit it. Oops, missed the milestone there. But when you do a show as often as the pre-stream podcast, numbers are meaningless. By the end of this year,
the numbers below you are the ones that are
Seriously,
meaningless.
It'll be a ridiculous amount. Okay? So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the pre-stream podcast. Today is April 10th, 2022. It's a Sunday. There are 2 more days left in my full streaming week here, and it's been a good streaming week so far.
It hasn't.
I've had a good time with all of you, and I hope that you guys are ready for more full-time gaming
great,
fun.
Apparently.
Here right now on ESP Game. All right. Excuse me. But in all seriousness, I hope you're all having a good weekend. I am. For the most part, my allergies have been bothering me. But outside of that, things have been pretty good around here. All the games, a good balance of stuff. I'm happy to be back to full-time streaming now. My birthday was good this past week with the birthday marathon event that we did. So, doing good, and all cylinders are pumping. Full octane, adrenaline, lubricated, petroleum coated.
I guess Flamenco's not the only one into pegging.
Whatever that means. So,
wow.
Hope you guys are ready. All right, let's talk.
Well, he was talking about blowjobs a couple months ago.
Expect in the next couple of days, for the next week.
Self-fellatio isn't a thing I don't think pigs can do.
Ladies and gents, we got the pre-stream podcast right now. Don't have a lot to talk about today because there's one big news story which we will cover. New game release
Kingdom Hearts
announced. Speculation has been satiated. But outside of that,
that's it. That's your gaming news done.
So we'll do some Q&A today. Don't know how long.
Oh, you get Billboard Q&A segment.
Pre-stream.
You called it.
Because I don't have many topics to go over today. But then again, usually on the days when I think there's no particular
at this point, I think I could make you a pre-stream podcast.
We get good topics of discussion.
I could edit his videos from the past 3 weeks and make the same fucking thing.
It happens a lot, often. So, so that being said,
I agree.
We'll see what happens. And then after that, it is time for Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga to continue. So allow me to give you a little summary of what I think about the game with the first 3 hours.
Whatever happened to not playing another Lego game?
An evolution.
Because he's rage quit like 2 or 3.
Yes, he has.
I played the Lego games back in the day. I actually played the original Lego Star Wars games. I played Lego Indiana Jones. For YouTube, I did playthroughs of games such as Lego Lord of the Rings 10 years ago. That's right. It was exactly 10 years ago, 2012, when Lego Lord of the Rings came out, and I did a co-op playthrough of it.
Who'd you co-op with?
As well as games like Lego Marvel Superheroes, Lego DC Heroes and Villains and stuff like
Later
that.
McDougal, thank you for stopping by.
But it's been quite some time since I played a Lego game. This game is basically the old formula, but a step up. You know what I'm saying? A big step up. Excuse me. And what I mean by that is not only does the game have story-based stages that have fun combat and
just,
also some fun hidden
rage quitting
items,
Lego games is
challenges
just
to
sad.
complete. You know, not only are you trying to
It's beyond bad.
It's fucking terrible.
Like
him and Leanna got stuck and he got ragey
puzzle, get a hidden
and
door
left.
open, get some hidden collectibles, get some items, and then you get more and more.
This is a fucking Derek game. Let's be honest.
You know,
this is straight up a
unlockables
Derek
and
game.
rewards, all right? But this game also has an upgrade system, which I haven't even really dabbled in yet, where you can upgrade certain things for classes of character in the game that you unlock, making them better. But then in addition to that, the game has these segues and open world roaming segments between the story-based stages.
So you can
not
stall.
only do you have all
Basically.
9 movies from the Skywalker saga, which I guess you could say is the 3 trilogies of movies that are out right now, but you also have all these in-between parts as well. So playing 3 hours last time around and not even really fully dabbling in what was available to me with the open world segments, I've only beaten 3 stages. 3 out of 45 stages.
He read a guide.
Do the math. This
Do
game
the math?
likely
No, it's
just to
forbidden.
beat the story,
It's gonna be fucking
okay,
40 hours
is
of
probably
Lego.
around 40 hours. Then actually take the extra time to try to get some collectibles and do optional things to explore the open worlds.
He's setting you up for a 50-hour Lego game.
This game seems like it's going to have a lot of content, okay? Now, I like the game so far, all right? I will say I'm really enjoying myself. It seems like it's a nice, relaxing way to...
Games are in that Lego collection.
Take the story seriously. Well, it has the major story
It's the
elements
full
in it,
Skywalker
but it
saga,
also has
is what it
comedy
is.
interjected.
He doesn't even know who
okay?
Emperor Palpatine is. Not at all. He didn't even know.
See?
Big Star Wars
what
fan,
happens
Phil.
as we move forward. But what I can definitely tell you is it's a game that's going to have a certain kind of audience. Okay, I feel that number one, if you
I can't wait to hear him fake fan that. Jesus Christ.
Like this game. And I'm a fan of Star Wars. When I was growing up in the 90s,
well, get your
they
wish.
re-released the original trilogy in theaters, and then they had the new prequel trilogy. So I was actually pretty hooked on Star Wars for about a decade. I was very interested in it. And then my interest pretty much waned in recent years, like the last decade, even though Disney bought them out and made a bunch of movies. You know, I'm not in love with it. I saw some of them. Like, I saw The Force Awakens. I saw The Last Jedi once. I saw Rogue One. I saw Rogue One.
He's really trying to put up his I'm a
much
Star Wars fan kind
I
of.
didn't really care about The Mandalorian.
Yeah, he's reaching heavy.
I didn't even see the last movie, Rise of Skywalker, so I actually don't know how the Star Wars saga ends because I never bothered watching the end of it. Okay? So that being said, I'm curious, you know, playing through this game, how entertaining it would be for someone who doesn't know Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know Star Wars at all, you're not a fan of the franchise, could you play through Lego Star
Mr.
Wars
Bass,
The
thank you
Skywalker
for
Saga and enjoy it?
Joining the
It's a
agency.
good question. I still think it has interesting gameplay elements to it.
What's up, Bronx?
And the puzzles are still fun. But if you don't really know the characters, if you don't understand the plot,
That's
could
Phil.
you play through this game and actually understand the plot, or would it be too hard to follow because there's too many missing scenes and things? And maybe you'd have to go back and actually watch the movies, which if you have Disney Plus, cool, you got them all at your fingertips, right? I don't know. That's a good question. I'd be curious, for those of you who are going to watch my playthrough of Lego Star Wars, have you watched the movies? And if you haven't, does it make any sense to you? Or are you confused as hell, right? What's funny is as I'm playing, I'm talking about the
have
lore
you
of the
leave a
movies with
comment?
you guys. Last time around, I was asking questions. I was
That he
like,
can
"Isn't it
approve?
this or that, or wasn't this character in relation
Sounds
to
like pre-hand holding, if you ask me.
for me?
He's
was
been
actually
doing
good
this
because
weird
it
like
gave me a
call and
refresher
response
course
kind of
on the whole
thing
Star Wars
for
you
YouTube
know,
lately, though.
plot line,
It's like,
which
tell
is
me
good.
what
So
you
maybe
think in the
that's a way
comment
that you can
section.
actually
Or,
experience them and enjoy it.
he's not
So I
really
think if you
interacting
like
with his
Star
live
Wars,
audience.
You're likely
at this
really
point.
going to
This
like
is like
this game.
pandering to
If you like
wheelchairs
the
who
previous
watch
Lego game,
just the YouTube
you'll
videos.
also probably really like this game because this game, it seems like it's the old gameplay of the old style Lego games from 10 or 15 years ago with a bunch of new additions, you see? So it's like I said, it's basically like, the evolution of what the old Lego games used to be. They've evolved and they have new content and it's very fun, right? Now, what I will say is this. If you're not a fan of Legos and you're not a fan of Star Wars, this game probably is zero interest to you. Now, the only exception I would say is if you enjoy me and my personality, and you like hanging out with me, and you like watching me play various video games, if this is your cup of tea,
It isn't.
then you likely will like the playthrough, because I can tell you right now, at least from the first 3 hours, there was a very relaxing and chill vibe to it, where it was not super difficult. It was not ultra challenging. It was more like wander around and try to figure out puzzles and try to
Really
do
not.
stuff, which was fun because it allowed us to talk. We actually had some really good conversation about Star Wars and other things during that premiere stream a couple days ago. So I
It was
definitely
terrible.
enjoyed that. However, some people are of the impression this game should be a late night chill stream. That because it's a more relaxing game, it's
should
not
be.
a major serious playthrough, and it should be on late streams. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that. The game is incredibly lengthy, right? For what it is, has a ton of content. Now, can you imagine if I put this on a late stream trying to beat a 40+ hour game on the late stream? We already have Skyrim on the late stream, which is a 90-hour playthrough. I've been playing it since December.
Jeez.
And we're not even close to beating it. Can you imagine me putting another game
How?
like that on the late streams? There'd be no time for any other chill content for like 4 months. That's all it would basically be. You know what I'm saying? So that being said,
I'm sure Cat's watching his Skyrim
yeah,
playthrough and giving him
it's pretty
tips on
crazy
that shit.
because I think it is a chill game.
That's what the only
I
reason
Not
why
in-
he's playing
because
it.
it has the amount of content it has, right? It may very well be a game that is not catered to like a late night 2-hour segment. You might want longer segments and be able to play it more often, right? But I guess that's the question. Like, how is it going to fit into my schedule? I definitely want to play. I like the game a lot. I definitely want to keep playing it. I definitely am enjoying it. Today, as we play through, we're going to finish the first movie, A New Hope, okay? And we're going to head into the second movie, The Empire Strikes Back, which, if you don't know, it's the second of the 3 movies in the original Star Wars trilogy. A lot of people agree that Empire Strikes Back is the best movie of Star Wars ever made.
Are we pig-splaining Star Wars now?
Dude, we are.
Excuse me. Rise of Skywalker.
Why
That's a good
are
movie.
we pig-splaining
Maybe it's not, I
Empire?
don't know. But Empire is definitely my favorite Star Wars movie as of right now.
Nah, he's just
So
on the
I'm
hype
excited
train.
to
He
play
doesn't
through
understand
that.
that
Okay.
it's so much better because the bad guys win.
Yeah.
It's so much better. It's just what it
So,
is. You
I'm
need to
excited.
feel
I hope
that
you guys
loss
are too.
in that saga.
For more Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga today. By all means, if this is a game that lends itself to conversation, so you want to talk about Star Wars, you want to have conversation and fun, this is your stream to be at, to chill with me. Okay? This is not
It's a
Elden
chill
Ring,
day stream?
where every moment I have to be paying attention to the game because I'm going to
Shit.
get murdered and have to replay a bunch of gameplay, right? This is not a super action-intensive game where I have to constantly be like, oh my god, glued to the game. I can actually have some fun with you guys and interact, and I hope that you guys, will join me.
I can actually have some fun with you guys.
Now,
And interact.
one thing I need to say up front, because exactly what I
Here you go, it's the money.
suspected would happen with this
It's the
playthrough
money.
happened the other day.
The slow
alright?
money.
So, obviously, Star Wars is a ginormous movie for
Oh no,
right?
he's got content.
Super profitable, super popular, pop culture.
Grab
oh my god,
issues.
everyone
They,
knows
they
Star
probably
Wars.
grabbed him from the
But
credit
what
scroll.
that means is that when you are doing a playthrough like this, and it keeps the soundtrack of the movies.
There it is.
Sadly, what happens on YouTube is YouTube does what's called content ID matching and claiming. So, as we're playing through A New Hope, it's playing the John Williams score from the original movie, which I love. I'm like, wow, this is feeling great. It feels like you're in the movie. The music's great. I love the John Williams music. It's outstanding.
It's okay, Nigel. Don't
And then
handhold
as soon
him
as I upload
to help
the
him with the
videos,
plot.
YouTube goes, claimed, claimed,
Oh my
claimed.
God.
You lose all advertisement and monetization rights to your videos. Does it make any sense? No. Think of
Yes.
it this way.
It's a Disney
Alright.
property, retard.
Look at that malnourished Nazi salute.
One portion of the video.
Dude,
Absolutely.
the
awesome.
bingo wings are flying.
100%. The music, the licensed soundtrack
Jesus.
is definitely in the
I'm
video.
a
It's
big
part
fan
of
of
the movie.
hand graphs, by
Just
the
like
way.
that licensed soundtrack is part of the movie. It's a product, right? They own the rights to it. Fine. I completely agree that if someone's using that soundtrack, that
Is
you
this
should
an
get
ingredients rant?
something
We're going
out
for
of
the
it.
full throwback
Does
here?
that mean you should get everything? Right? Like my video, I paid for this game. I paid for the license to use the game in the
Might be.
music, everything in it. That's what I paid for when I bought the game. Okay? So
Restaurant
if I'm
analogy.
doing a let's play of the game or a playthrough of the game, whatever you want to call it, I should have the rights to do so. Just
You-
because there's
you do.
license
You didn't buy the
in the
license.
video
You don't have the license for
doesn't
the
mean
music,
that this
though.
company that owns the rights to that music should be able to own my whole video. If anything, I will completely agree they maybe have a right to part of it, right?
Jesus Christ.
Oh my
Example,
God, he needs
this
those
music
YouTube
company
pennies.
wanted to claim a third of the profits of my video, a third of the advertisement revenue.
He wants a
They should have the right to do
compromise.
that. There should be some agreed amount that a music company gets out of a claimed video. According to YouTube, though, if you have any content in your video that you don't have the right to,
Do you remember how years ago he would have never said this? He would have been like, "It's my money. I paid for the ingredients to make my work of art."
Sue YouTube or sue the company and say, this is not
Suing
legally
YouTube?
sound. How do you own my entire work because I have a portion of it that has something from someone else in it? It doesn't make sense. You can own
Then
part
cut
of
the
it or
fucking
some
song
partial
out.
rights. You know what? You can own it. All right? Bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Sadly,
Give
that's
him
how
a
YouTube's
third of the
system works.
fucking penny.
YouTube's content ID match system is essentially a way for them to protect their own butts. And what I mean by that is YouTube does not care about the rights of the uploader. I mean that. They just don't. If you upload a video to YouTube, they don't really care about what happens to your video or your rights or your business. They care about getting sued by another company who feels that they're just illegally allowing people to put their copywritten content all over the internet and violating their copyright rights, and then they get sued for it. So what they do is they do a blanket approach where if anyone claims anything, they immediately grant it, and then it's up to you to clear it up. So I'll give you an example here.
Yeah.
If my whole video gets claimed for music, I can counter that and say, oh no, you don't have the right to claim my whole video for music. I'm going to fight you on this. Okay?
Yes.
And then that company has the right to decide, do they want to pursue it and actually full on claim your video, and then it has to basically go to court, or do they want to relinquish the rights? Dependent on the situation, some companies will just release the videos, and others will actually say, no, we claim your video, tough, sue us if you want us to release it. I know that sounds bad because it is. Like the little guy like me, do you really think I have the time and money to be suing a music company for the rights to my own videos? Of course I don't. I don't have that, especially like the individual video. It would be one thing if I was doing a playthrough and the playthrough went viral and had millions of views and could have made me ridiculous amounts of money. The average playthrough on YouTube, for me, makes me a few bucks per video. So, you claimed my playthrough. Maybe I lost, who knows, a couple $100.
So a third of nothing is still nothing. Gotcha.
Thousands of dollars and takes years to go through.
No,
not of course I'm not.
Couple $100. It's like $10, $11 a video, probably.
Sadly, the whole system is busted. It's a pain in the butt. In general, whenever I play something with a licensed soundtrack, such as a Grand Theft Auto game, or last year's Guardians of the Galaxy, or Forza Horizon 5, I now these days typically prefer to keep the soundtrack in the game. I do feel that the game playthroughs are better quality leaving the music in. I tried.
Then why are we fucking bitching about it?
Content creator to take the music out or mute it, and a lot of people would complain that, man, it feels like unfinished. It feels like you're playing a half-finished game because the soundtrack could be a major part of the overall experience.
It's fucking Tony Hawk all over again.
I understand that.
Yep.
I totally do. I totally get that. And over the years, I basically
or Grand Theft Auto without the radio.
Game
right, turn it off.
Has a licensed soundtrack that's notable and adds to the experience. I guess I'll just bite the bullet. I guess I'll have to take it and take the loss, essentially. Put out the videos on YouTube and make no money on them whatsoever. Okay?
Oh, big sips.
And so, by the way, thank you guys for becoming members. I will shout you out in a bit. Appreciate that. And so, sadly, with Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, that's going to be the situation. I'm going to continue to play the game. I like the game. I'm going to leave the music in because, my God, the music's outstanding. I think the John Williams, soundtrack and just in general, the music that John Williams has produced.
Do you want to talk about any other John Williams produced music, Phil?
Some of the best ever. I love.
No, he doesn't know any.
No Schindler's List. No Home Alone.
Okay. But what I need from you guys is buy-in.
What about
If
Jurassic
you're
Park?
watching the Lego Star Wars playthrough and you're having a good time. If you're watching the stream right now.
I mean, John Williams did Harry Potter. Like
if you're watching the on-demand videos after the fact.
He's a 90-year-old man, by the way, too.
Already, there's about 1,000 people and more who are watching the Lego playthrough since it's come out a couple days ago. Please consider contributing in a way
buy-in
where you can support outside of ad revenue. Because if you're watching the Lego Star Wars stuff right now and you see ads, they're not mine. You're paying some big music production company,
Disney,
or music licensing company. You're giving them money by watching those ads. I know that sucks, because obviously this last thing you're intending, you're trying.
Well, wait a second. Who's to say that he's not getting a third of the money they're making
I
then?
appreciate that very much. Sadly, I can't.
It's
control.
so weird.
All right.
Like you can get
please consider
like
yellow
yellow
way. Now,
flag where you're like eligible but only in certain
just
regions.
Channel exposure is a huge
And
way
they
to help.
limit
You
the
can like
ads
a
on
stream,
your content.
like a video or leave a comment on a video, and just those simple things that are free and quick to
Which
do.
I believe he does have to list his content as adult-oriented content, despite most of his chat being 8-year-old wheelchairs.
So please do that. That's a given, right? But if you'd like to go above and beyond and help in other ways, you can become a channel member, which gives you many different benefits, including
Oh, list
a
them out.
highlighted name when you leave comments in the stream chat or comments on a video, a chat crown badge next to your name to show how long you've been a supporter. You get access to all of my numerous emotes that, again, you can use in the stream chat or in video comments. All right, you don't have to abide by slow mode rules when you're using the stream chat. You can talk as much as you want. You're not timed and limited to the amount of messages you can say. And then, when we do special events like Ask the King, my bi-monthly Q&A show, which is actually coming up not this week, but the week after.
We're still doing Ask the King?
When I do another special
Holy
event where maybe it's like Viewer's Choice, where you guys have the chance to nominate and vote for a special thing that's going to happen.
Because they don't finish
Usually
them.
members get priority access where they can nominate and vote and get their own kind of nomination process in there, and that's separate from the common viewer who basically has to compete with thousands of other people, you see? So that being said,
yeah, you get plenty of emotes without being
memberships are great, and they help the channel.
Because of its better Twitch
all right,
TV
please consider
stuff.
becoming a member, or you can do a super chat or super sticker if you're on the stream.
Is he still running Ask the King through his website, or is he running it through Twitter?
You can also tip.
It's
Patreon,
Twitter, and his website.
Tipping is a way to directly
It's
support this business. And
but it
content.
usually breaks down
It
to
helps
just
because I get
Q&A,
those
throw
funds
pennies at the
immediately.
piggy.
It helps so much that I actually have
You'll see a sample of it
on the
today.
stream based on the amount of tips that I raise in the stream because it's that important and it helps that much. You see? But in addition to all of that, there's something that I don't mention all the time. For the on-demand video viewer, you can check out my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. When you pledge to my Patreon, that's a way to pledge ongoing because it's a monthly pledge. That basically you don't have to worry about things on the stream.
What do you
when
get,
people
Phil?
are on my live streams, they tend to like to contribute in a way that you get a pop-up, you get a shout-out.
Oh, like Shio just did.
Behind the scenes, if you don't care about that because you're never going to be on the stream, you can
Big up, Shio.
Have a good time at work. Thank you for the 5-piece.
Excuse me. And like I said, that's an ongoing pledge every month that helps me behind the scenes. And I really appreciate that. And yes, there are tier levels and perks that you can get. I'm not going to go into detail about that.
No, because there is no perks.
Go give it a look. All right?
There's no perks. His last poster is from like 2015.
There's all these ways you can support the Lego Star Wars. It's a mouthful. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga playthrough. Please consider one or all of them. Because right now, me playing this game, I'm literally taking a hit. I'm making no profit whatsoever on the videos on YouTube. To give you guys some perspective on how big of a hit it can be sometimes.
What?
Last fall, in November, there were 3 games that I played that had music in them. And all of those playthroughs were fully claimed on YouTube. For almost a month, I was
getting
no
money.
ad revenue on YouTube. I'm not exaggerating. I lost a couple $1,000.
Well, I thought that's why he relied on crowdfunding because ad revenue was so bad.
That's what I'm saying too. Like, how can he say that the ad revenue doesn't matter and then the next day say it matters because you got videos playing?
I saw 0. It stayed flat.
It's absolutely insane. We're getting hand graphs.
So usually I would get a big increase.
We're getting a couple.
And I got nothing because I got the music on.
You got.
I still think the playthroughs are great because of it. But man, it sucked because I really could have used that. So please consider again.
This seems very scummy to say.
It all helps. All right. Thank you.
He's talking bad about YouTube's ad revenue while telling you. Jamie Pants? Oh yeah, there we go. Super chats and tips and all this stuff. He wants all your money. That's it. And he wants to tell you, I lost thousands of dollars. Yeah, you lost thousands of dollars trying to pursue a fucking Hogan pool.
What ends up happening is I always regret this because I open the shade and then immediately the sun comes out and it blinds.
True.
And then I gotta close it. But I'd like some natural light at least during the pre-stream. So, okay.
It doesn't help. It looks like a washed out glow.
That's today's main gameplay stream. What I would hope for is if you're like Star Wars, if you like Lego, or you just want to chill with me,
like me,
please hang out. But I'm gonna say this, all right? For those of you who like Ultra Challenge, for those of you who like to see me suffer and have to overcome painstaking odds to survive in a game, for those of you who absolutely like games like Elden.
I mean, you are the ultimate underdog, right?
Things like that.
Yeah, no, I thought he was just going to talk about his real life. I want to see him struggle in real life, right?
Nothing like that
If you
whatsoever.
want to
It's
watch
not
me
meant to
struggle.
be. The whole game design is completely different, so don't expect that. And I would ask, if you are someone who likes that kind of content exclusively and does not have interest in other more relaxing style gameplay content, please don't hang around the stream and then crap on all of us. Because I noticed last time when I played this 2 days ago, I had people sitting around saying, this game's for kids. This game's Lego. Why would a 40-year-old man be playing a Lego game? Ooh, this isn't entertaining. So leave. And I mean that. I'm a variety streamer, right?
I'm going to
In
leave.
a given week,
I don't want to watch this
gameplay.
gameplay.
4 to 5 different games, wide variety of content. I'm not just playing Lego. Tonight on the late stream, I'm playing Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yeah.
Tomorrow on the main stream, I'm playing
Elden
Ring.
Ring.
Tomorrow night, I'm playing
Skyrim.
Skyrim Anniversary Edition.
Done.
Okay.
That's all the
Later
games.
on this week, there will
Street
be
Fighter.
Street Fighter, old school
Yeah,
Street Fighter.
that's it.
And there's going to be some new games added to the late night streams once Kirby is complete.
Such a robust collection.
Wrap up Elden Ring in a couple of weeks. There'll be another new game added to the rotation.
What's
Now,
up,
you
John
see
Rambo?
My point.
Sorry, Phil
My
booted you
point
from your chat.
Is that
Hurtful.
the variety of stuff
Poor
that I put
guy.
out, which I really pride myself on because I really feel like people can come to different streams and have completely different experiences. You got people who may come for a relaxing experience on one stream and a fun experience to laugh at my misfortunes at another stream, and then real competition when I play Street Fighter. You see,
Real
there's people from
competition.
All walks of life, people, all different interests who like to watch my stuff.
Play
And I
fight game then,
appreciate that.
bitch.
But if you know Lego is not going to be for you, please don't sit here and just complain about the game and crap on it constantly. That is a toxic attitude we don't need. I just seriously,
we're
I'd
great,
rather
John.
not have your view than have you just sit here and complain. And the other day it was funny. We were making jokes, and I said, we're going to call these people the Elden Ringers. These are the people who they only like Elden Ring. All they want to see is see me play Elden Ring, suffer in Elden Ring, die in Elden Ring over and over. And anything else is not good enough.
Howard's
for them.
here,
The
too?
Elden Ringers.
Oh, word?
Shit, GTG, look at that.
Fine.
Howard's in
It's
chat.
okay to be an Elden Ring.
What's up, Howard? What's up,
I
John?
appreciate your views. I appreciate your support.
We're bringing it back?
The fact that Elden Ring has been a
Apparently.
3-hour
Okay.
playthrough and it's still getting good attendance and everything, I really appreciate that. But you got to understand that everyone has different tastes. It's not just for you. It's for everyone. If this isn't to your taste, this is like saying, so there's chocolate flavored cereal,
Oh, I was gotta go
vanilla
with
flavored
food.
cereal, oat flavored cereal, right? Like there's Wheaties, there's Frosted Flakes, there's Count Chocula, there's Rice Krispies. The reason they do that is because people have different tastes. If you don't like Rice Krispies,
Always got to be
why are you
chocolate.
buying and eating Rice Krispies and complaining about it. Just
But-
don't get the Rice Krispies. Go get your Count Chocula, right?
Both are good. I like both. Because I can make some sweet
I mean,
edibles
it's
out of
common
all.
sense. You don't force yourself to eat something you don't like over and over. You go eat something else. Okay? So if you
you
don't
do
like
if you're
this,
on a
please
diet.
don't sit here and kind of rain on our parade because we're having a good time. I'm enjoying the game so far, and I want to play more of it. And I hope that you guys will enjoy it. If this is
Quit
your
itching that spot,
style.
it's growing.
If not, come back tomorrow for Elden Ring.
Right back at it.
Elden Ring, we're in a totally new area now. Not ever explored before. We're heading into the end game where it's going to get way more challenging for what people are telling me. So,
Oh, Cat,
now's
honey,
the
you
time
gotta
to
get
come
out of
back
there.
and
That
watch
place
Elden
is
Ring for sure.
toxic.
Not today. All right, come back tomorrow. All right,
Cat, you gotta help yourself.
all right. So I'm excited.
Just
for
get in
Lego.
the Subaru
Please
and
support the
leave.
stream if you can. Thanks to everyone who's going to chill with me and have a good time today. All right. Later tonight, the late stream at 6:45
What?
Pacific Daylight Time is Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
Yes,
It's a
you
continuation of
said
the playthrough
this.
that I've been doing now for a couple weeks. We beat the main story, but the game has an entire post-game world, World 8, that basically takes a stage from each of the previous 7 worlds and makes an ultimate stage. So for them to understand, it's going to combine with elements of all the different stuff from those worlds and have puzzles and challenge and all kinds of fun stuff. Plus, there's an optional combat arena that
the horse got
unlocks
Oh my
all
God.
stages of
We gotta
combat.
send her to the
I
glue
guess you get a
factory.
good reward at the end. There's still a lot of combat to do in the game. There's a lot of content to do in the game, is what I meant to say. Even though I beat the story, there's still more story and more stages.
So we're in-game
that should be
stalling.
fun tonight.
And
So
Kirby.
again, if you like that kind of stuff, this should be the most
Good luck,
challenging,
Ann, if you
gameplay in the
stream that
entire
shit.
game. I hope you
Yeah.
can chill with me tonight on the late shift. All right. Tomorrow we go back to Elden Ring, as I just said.
Did he just say the late
Heading
shift?
into the end game.
Yes,
New
he's been
mages I haven't
saying
been
things
to
like
before.
late
I'm excited
shift,
for that, and obviously
DSP
Oh.
Studios, all sorts of weird
stuff
like
going up against. I don't know what's
buzzwords.
coming up. I have no clue. I actually have no idea what's at the end of this game. So it should be
Jesus.
exciting and fun. Tomorrow night, more Skyrim After Hours, a late night stream of Skyrim Anniversary Edition. It went back into the major rotation.
Skyrim After Hours. It's like the fucking Boomers buffet at the dinner. It's like the fucking Golden Corral. It's more like Platinum Corral, actually.
It was a good stuff. Now we're actually doing the Dark Brotherhood quest line.
Shit.
So I hope you'll join me for that tomorrow night. And that, incidentally, is my final consecutive stream of the week because Tuesday is my day off from streaming. So I hope that you all have a good day away while I'm running, doing errands and the like for the week. And then this coming Wednesday, I come back to full-time streams, and it'll be alternation. It'll be Lego Star Wars and Elden Ring alternating as the main stream. The night streams will be alternation between Skyrim and Kirby until Kirby finishes. Now, when Kirby finishes, which is likely one or two more streams, tonight, we're going to need something new to throw into the late-night chill stream slot. There's lots of candidates, and everyone has an idea about this. For me, what's kind of in the lead is I'm thinking what we should do, because now we finally have opportunity to do so, is go back to games that I was playing previously on Xbox Game Pass and maybe played them a couple times and never really got any further. I'm thinking,
oh my god, why?
Because they're free?
Warriors 4,
what, Iron Fish?
Oh, The Forgotten City, the final ending that I never finished, okay? And many others.
Cleanup
A lot of
streams?
games that basically I like.
Cleanup stream should be on your fucking OnlyFans, Phil, after the Bulls finished up with Cat.
Basically, one night we do one of those games, play it for 2 hours. Then we do Skyrim. Then the next night we do a different one of those games for 2 hours. You see, we alternate, and so therefore we're getting a little bit of gameplay of all kinds of chill games at night, and it's fun and it's refreshing because every few days something different. But we're still making progress in said games. You see, and maybe we could do some interactivity where we do polling. We have a poll every night. Say, okay, tonight's candidates are Serious Sam, One Piece, and Iron Fish. Please vote. Something wins. Now we do another poll, but that game that just won is out of the poll.
The polls don't matter.
3 other different games that were on Game Pass, and you vote again, and that way we can rotate them around and play them all kind of equally. Okay, that's my idea right now for what we can do. Another idea is we could do MLB The Show 22, which came out a couple days ago on Game Pass. We could definitely play that as a late night stream if we wanted.
Oh god,
or
no
we could do something
baseball.
completely different. But that's my idea. What I would like is your take. Please
let me know. Some gold dust can come out of it.
On this, what would you like to see happen on the late streams once?
Oh yeah, there'd be gold dust out of that one for sure.
For a late night chill stream, give me your opinions. Okay, thank you. Excuse me. All right, now Ask the King is my bi-monthly Q&A show. It was supposed to happen in February, then it was going to happen in March, and it just never happened. There were so many game releases coming out, and the fact that I am an interactive streamer and likely I answered your question.
He can take a night off for taxes, can't take a stream off for, you know, Ask the King.
Where the hell is Ask the King? You've delayed it too long. So Ask the King will not happen this coming week. It will happen the week after, all right? I don't have the exact date yet. Usually I do it on a Thursday. So if it stands to reason it happens on a Thursday, it's going to be on the 21st of April. How do you get in on Ask the King? You could type !Ask the King right now in the chat, and a link will come up. Click on that link. You can post up your questions on the forum thread there on dsp.com.
Oh.
And then I will go.
Who's restreaming that?
I don't know who's going to restream that, but I feel sorry for him.
During that live podcast style show.
It might be one of the more boring Ask the Piggies ever.
Jesus.
There you go. It's that simple.
Because there's nothing to talk about.
There really isn't
at this point.
Okay. I think I've covered all the schedule stuff. Okay.
He's the king of semantics.
A couple quick things. Number one, members.
He's the king of something.
As you can see, we're trying to hit 400 members this month for a special reward goal.
Oh, tell us how you're going to watch this fucking 5-year-old video. So,
then it kind of stalled. All of a sudden, yesterday, we got a bunch of new members, and then a bunch of members expired, and it went back down. It was exciting. We got like 371, 372 going up, and then it went, boo, back to 366 overnight. Please consider becoming a member. 2 people already have on this stream, and I will give you guys shout-outs, and I'll amend that total, because it's very much
Please consider giving me your money.
All right? You guys know the benefits. I already outlined it. All right?
Maybe retro porn. No, that's Derek.
So thank you in
advance to everyone
who becomes a member.
That's Derek.
Okay. We got one news story I'd like to talk about. All right, one news story. Then what we'll do is I'll do shout-outs for contributions.
You're the King of Hearts 4 segment.
With the stream chat, okay?
I can't wait to hear about
one news story that
he hated Kingdom Hearts 3
it is
so fucking much.
Incidentally, right now, the 20th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts. That's right, 20 freaking years ago, the first Kingdom Hearts game released, and people were wondering, was anything going to happen for the 20th anniversary, because we haven't really heard much at all about
A lot of games that are coming up on their anniversary like that.
Because if you look at the history,
I mean, it's one of those things that they do good,
Kingdom Hearts 1 and
decent
2, but
trailers or something with an anniversary
tie-in. There were
tie-in.
500 spin-off games that came out. So anyone who was a fan of Kingdom Hearts was satiated because you had game after game after game. There were games on regular consoles, there were games on mobile platforms, there were games on handheld consoles, there were games on the fucking PC, there were games on your fucking wristwatch, there were games on your ass, there were games everywhere you went. There was a fucking Kingdom Hearts game.
Okay, yes. Kingdom Hearts is
a
due.
little bit hard to play because you can't really see the screen. It's on your butt. But still, it was crazy. It was all over the place. All right? And then Kingdom Hearts 3 came out.
Dude, no, seriously. His podcasts are on Spotify.
Excuse me?
So somebody's archiving them up there.
Are you serious?
Besides
Yeah,
the DLC,
yeah.
there was a DLC expansion.
You can actually go
that came out.
find Phil's
And outside of
podcasts.
that,
His
there was
daily
nothing else.
podcasts
Like, what
are being put
happened?
up there.
Like, you find out
Let
there
me
were
check.
spin-offs
What?
in
I've seen
another
them
game.
before.
What happened? It's like this franchise is frozen, right? Well, overnight, there was a
Yeah,
big
there's an audio
announcement.
version.
Okay? A big announcement. Kingdom Hearts 4
Well, I'll be damned.
is in active development.
He really does have one. Oh, holy shit!
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know
meant
how
to
many are
press this.
archived yet, but somebody's been putting it together.
But a lot
Shit,
of
I
the
respect that. I'm gonna have
reactions
to. I
on
might
the internet
have to listen to a few of those.
So,
I don't think they're any different. I don't know if their
what
audio
they
quality's
showed was
better.
basically a bunch of cutscenes. Okay?
Probably not.
And then they showed
Probably not. I think they're just
Gameplay.
ripping it off of probably
that looks like a bunch of cutscenes.
the raw.
Okay?
Yeah, just the
Weird
MP4.
because
Yeah.
one of the major criticisms of Kingdom Hearts 3
Well, MP3. It's sorry.
was that the game was too easy, didn't really play well as a game, and it was more cinematic than it should have been. I remember playing through the game and basically steamrolling the whole thing. Even the secret bosses weren't challenging. It was just like, mash button, do this, mash button, summon, do this, do... The game was so easy.
I thought he was talking about
that
Elden
people
Ring
were
for a
actually
second.
asking me to
Yeah, me
use
too.
His entire
gameplay
build has
elements
been
during the course of
jump
the game.
fucking
he was just
R2.
using the basic gameplay elements that were in place.
Didn't they say that he copied his build from someone else?
Yeah,
And about
yeah.
halfway through the game, people tuned out. And
There's
didn't
been a
really
couple
weren't interested in playthrough anymore because
celebrity,
it was too easy,
you
boring.
know, streamers, professional, you know.
I'll be honest with
What
you.
was it?
Graphically, I thought the
Fucking
game looked good.
Asmongold.
And I liked the world design.
It has
like,
it.
Like Toy Story
It
World.
has
the
almost
big
a
mountain
near
world,
identical
what
build
was
to
it?
Phil.
Was it Hercules? Something like that.
Maybe coincidence, I'm sure.
I liked
Yeah,
the world design
right.
of the game.
It's sus. It's
The
sus. And
combat
then he
was
changed it up,
absolutely
and somebody
terrible.
found out what
It was
streamer
one of the worst
did
games I've ever
that change up.
played because the combat was an afterthought. It felt like you didn't even need it. Like there should have been just one button in the game. It should have been the win button.
Fuck.
That should have been it. There's nothing to it. Literally, it was like you were the entire game. You were just mashing. Now, some people are like, we should have played it on hard. But I play
What
games
are
on the
we
default
watching?
gameplay experience because that's supposed to be
I don't know, but it's an amazing time to do it.
Intending the mainstream audience to play. So you're telling me the devs thought the mainstream audience thinks this is fun? Yeah, that was the game. And
That was
then
like Street
on top
Fighter.
of that, because they had made so many spin-off games between
Yeah, he
Kingdom
played it on
Hearts 2
easy.
and 3, and they had to try to basically wrap up the plot of all of those games here in one. The game became an overly convoluted mess. Even if you were a fan of Kingdom Hearts to that point,
Is he going to
imagine
turn this
trying to play a
around
game
into
wrapping up the plots
optimism
of
for
10
Kingdom
other
Hearts 4
games,
and pretend
right?
like he loves the franchise
We
again?
all know how convoluted television series get when they run too long. Shows like Game of Thrones, The Walking Dead. You try to watch an episode of that shit near the end of the series, it's like, what the fuck am I watching? Who are these characters? What's going on? What happened to the main plot that we all used to like? It's lost. It's all a bunch of overcomplicated shit. And that's exactly what happened with Kingdom Hearts. In their efforts to continuously monetize the franchise,
Game of Thrones didn't go on too long. It's just bad writing at the end.
Yeah, they ran away from the source material.
To the
They
point where you had to spend a
overextended and ran
ridiculous
out.
amount of money to even know what the fuck was going on in the games. And by the time you got Kingdom Hearts 3 and they're trying to resolve the plots, There was no way they could do it in any kind of a logical, entertaining, satisfying manner. You knew that plots were going to suddenly get rushed and ended. Characters were going to get brushed under the fucking rug. You knew it wasn't going to be good. Now imagine you didn't follow the 10 plus years of filler content of Kingdom Hearts, and you're trying to play Kingdom Hearts 3, and all you've played is 1 and 2, like me.
This is Phil.
You don't have a fucking clue.
Yeah, there's a lot of projection here.
You don't know what the fuck is going on. So let me get this straight. You got a game that literally you can go like this and beat in every single fight. A game whose plot makes absolutely no fucking sense to anyone who didn't spend $5,000 in the last 12
Didn't Angry Joe skip a couple of games too and just play Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah, they even made a like a
it wasn't good.
a video to bring you up to speed.
It was
like there were videos out there to give you like the whole rundown of Kingdom Hearts to get you up to speed.
It was a terrible game. The only good thing about the game was the graphics. That was it. The world design and the graphics was impressive. But as soon as you start playing it, what happened here? Okay? So that being said, Kingdom Hearts 4, here's the first gameplay look. Oh, the gameplay is looking awfully cinematic again.
It's a teaser trailer, like you fat fucking
Kingdom
retard.
Hearts 3 on steroids, even more. Oh, what's going on?
Jesus.
It's like they didn't even listen to anything that people had said about the criticisms of the previous franchise. Like, well, fuck it. We're just going head on first, even further into this thing that you guys complained about last time. Now, I mean, keep in mind something. This is the early teaser. This is not likely representative of the end game. When we get early teasers of these games these days, half times the shit you saw in the teaser isn't even in the game, right? Oh, that was just a demo that we created just to fucking show the game off.
No
That's not
shit.
even representative of what you'll do when you buy and play the game. It's total misrepresentation. So who knows, right? But at least as a teaser, I think it does a poor job. You're like, if you're gonna show me,
this is like the first time you saw the Unreal Engine 5
we want to basically
being
make our
demonstrated.
franchise as good as it used to be before we ruined it in Kingdom Hearts 3. You should show those things in the footage. Don't show me a cinematic trailer that literally corroborates what everyone complained about in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Somebody watched the most recent Botchamania. Good job, man.
But it's
watched that one last night.
Because those people who are fanboys,
I'm just happy they got the channel back.
Botchamania is great.
Point, are fawning all over this. Oh my God, Kingdom Hearts 4, I can't wait. Oh yes, Mickey. Oh Donald, oh Goofy, Sora Roxas. Oh. They'll buy it anyway. And they'll buy every DLC, and they'll buy every tie-in, and they'll buy every little figurine, and they'll buy keychains, and they'll buy the breakfast cereal, and they'll fucking buy the microtransactions, and they'll subscribe to the online subscription service of it. They'll buy it, right? That's how these people are. When you get these rabid fan bases, you can basically get away with shit. That you can
this
do
is
whatever you want.
projecting too.
They could paint a fucking dog and
Holy
paint fucking
shit.
Pluto's face on it and sell it to you and call it Kingdom Hearts 4, and they'd buy it. But anyway, I hope the game is good. I really do. I hope the game is good. But I don't know. This teaser doesn't give me hope at all. It makes me actually the opposite. But again, who knows? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Not at all.
Oh, he set it up for the fence.
Like I said, these early teasers
I could be wrong.
Never representative of what you get in the final game. Maybe this was just a way to say, hey, we're making the game.
Witch
Some people
Queen's
are
been
even
great for
suspecting
Destiny.
the gameplay
I've enjoyed it.
showed in this teaser is not gameplay at all. It's just CGI. It's bullshit. It's not actually in-game engine at all. They just wanted to tell you the game's being made and simulate what the game will look like, and it's not what the game will be. Maybe that's true, right? Maybe that's definitely true. I don't know. All right? Now, I'm being called out in the stream chat. Tormented Mayhem says that by that definition, you're a Street Fighter fanboy.
Yes.
I don't know if you could necessarily say that.
Anytime they have Street Fighter 2 Turbo, you suck that dick.
And we're talking like the first two versions of it. Once Street Fighter 4 got heavily into its expansions and revisions, I didn't really like it anymore and didn't really play it or support it. I didn't like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or any of its versions. I didn't like Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Dude, you play the
Street Fighter 5 came out. I was one of those games. Most staunchly verbose and loud critics of the game, slamming.
True, Street Fighter 4 made DSP gaming.
Yeah, that was kind of the intro for me, even finding this guy.
Fan base of people who follow Street Fighter to this day.
I think it was right before
generation
it was
of
like Prototype.
From 2015 when the beta was released all the way to today, I basically never really hardcore ever dived into Street Fighter 5 because I think the game is a piece of shit. So I don't know how you could possibly say I'm a Street Fighter fanboy unless you're talking about Street Fighter 2, which
There
is an old, this would be like if I was a fan of Kingdom Hearts 1 and I still to this day talked about and played Kingdom Hearts 1. Then I would argue, yeah, I'm a fan of Kingdom Hearts 1, I'm a fan of Street Fighter 2, but you can't say that I'm a hardcore fan of Street Fighter. What are you talking about? I don't buy any of their shit. I haven't spent $1 on Street Fighter 5 since the fucking launch of the game. That was the last time I spent money on Street Fighter 5.
Okay. You didn't play like an Ultra Edition or anything?
So there you go.
Not even once?
What's up, D-Man Games? How you doing? Okay. So that's really the game news for today.
That's it?
Yeah, you convince other idiots to buy the DLCs for you.
When it's being
Right.
released, anything about it besides
Oh, we bought you all the skins,
you know,
Phil.
being made.
Play the one
Could
with
be 7 years
the
before it comes
bikini
out.
model.
Who knows?
What about when he was whoring himself out to King Tut? Oh, I hope he likes I hope he likes Street Fighter 5. I'm gonna play it tonight for him.
Games, and
He's
all of
gonna
a sudden
send him
like
a shirt.
That spin-off model, and now they're just going right into Kingdom Hearts 4. There you go. All
Are we
right,
done?
ladies and gentlemen.
Shoutouts?
Let's do some shout-outs, and then I'm gonna open up the pre-stream.
Oh, he was. You're right.
Viewers, okay. We'll start on the YouTube side of things, okay.
It's all
on the
YouTube side of things.
We got 2 new members this morning, Max Payne, as well as Leviathan. Thank you to both of you for becoming a member of the channel.
All right, check
What
the
I would
numbers.
Like to do.
See what you're at.
Oops, that's not it. I misclicked.
Check
I'd like to
the
see
little
if we
dashboard.
actually have increased in members on the channel.
Oh, we
or
do.
if
We
we're
got
just kinda at the
2.
same level, because sadly that does happen. Where it looks like we got new members and then we just stay at the same level anyway because other members don't renew their memberships. We are at 368. So we did go up. We did go up too. Cool. All right, let's update that.
Keep in mind, it is April 10th. The clock's ticking on that.
Here we
that
go.
goal.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you guys for the support. We got a super chat this morning
Sweet.
from NBA Jung Boy. He says,
Maybe like
jokes on them if
Jungle
they
Boy.
join one more time on going back online and stacking a team up. This is obviously some kind of an inside reference. I don't recognize the name. I don't know what the quote means.
perfect.
So,
Great.
thank you for the super chat. I have no idea what you're getting at here. And just in case the name is somehow offensive, I'm just going to abbreviate your name.
It's
MBAJ, because I don't even know. Okay? Thank you for the super chat. I don't know
Okay.
what you're talking about, though.
Mm.
All right. So that's the YouTube side of things. We don't have any tips this morning whatsoever yet.
Paranoid.
However, overnight,
Absolutely paranoid.
10 hours ago, I did
What?
receive a tip from Badge1247. And this person asked an interesting question. And I will answer it because it's a valid question in regards to
How much
not
he
only
tip
using
you?
my content, but
Are you gonna put it on the
YouTubers as
board?
well, so allow me to answer this, okay? So, Badge1247 asked the following. Do you have any kind of control over the amount of advertisements that may show on your on-demand videos on your YouTube channel?
Yes.
Sometimes there's an advertisement literally every few minutes. It ends up breaking up the flow of the video and the immersion, and it makes it almost unwatchable. Well, I can answer this, and
Yes, he does.
Not the answer you're probably looking for.
He has full control.
As a content creator, when I upload a video being part of the YouTube Partner Program, okay, I have options that I can enable or disable on any video that I upload at any given time on YouTube, okay? First
He
option
can
when you
put
upload
the
a video
ads
is,
in spots.
do you just want to monetize it at all? Do you want ads on it or not? Okay, so you can actually purposely say, no, I don't want any ads on this particular video.
Yeah, I
That
do that all
doesn't
the
mean
time.
there won't be ads.
You choose the
A
type
lot
of
of
ads
people
as
know
well.
what I mean by that.
Yeah, you can
Like,
choose yes or no.
Changed their
Yeah.
Like I
policies
usually put
last
no
year.
to mine because
And when they
my
changed
content
their
is
policies,
not
they
advertiser friendly.
decided that even if you decide not to monetize your videos,
Like I
they
usually
will
don't
still
monetize live streams, but like if I'm doing Vortex
Okay.
stuff, that
So,
usually I do skippable ads or
historically,
something like
there's
that.
people who would make a YouTube
Nice.
channel. Oh, it's
But
just
yeah,
my hobby.
you can do
I have no intention of making any money
Start
on this. I'll
of the
just upload
video,
a few videos here
skippable
and there.
ads,
Now
bumper
YouTube has the ability to
ads,
put ads on your videos anyway,
and you
they
can
make all the money
choose
on
where
it.
you make
And
or
you
place the
have
ads.
no control over those advertisements in any way, shape, or form. YouTube does. Okay?
That's
so,
a lie.
that's kind of shitty.
You can choose where you
but
put
hey,
in your
YouTube
ads.
owns the site. They can literally do whatever they want with the content you upload there. You know? I mean, you're basically giving them the rights. When you upload your content there, you're saying, hey, thanks for the upload space. Thanks for the
So
service
you can go
but,
back into your videos that
do
you
whatever want.
monetize, and then you can see where the ad placements are, and you can manipulate those so it doesn't really kill your content, and just cut it off at a certain point.
That's kind
Like
of
you can move those
now,
ads,
if you are
just
a
like
content
you
creator
can
and you actively
build
choose to
out
put ads
a
on your YouTube, yes,
timestamps
monetize
for
the
it.
video.
Right.
It's a similar
Now,
process for
a
your
whole
ad
bunch
rolls.
of options opens up.
So you can place
depending
as
on
many
your
up to
video.
like
And what I mean by that is
certain
there's
number of
actually
ads
criteria that
per
are used to determine
time frame
what
for your
ads
video.
can and
So
cannot be
a
put on
longer
a
stream,
video
you
on
get
YouTube.
more.
Some of those
advertising
criteria are as
space.
follows: the length of the video, the subject matter of the video, and after YouTube's algorithm runs, whether or not YouTube determines
So
that your
Anime
video
Gun
is
just pointed out in that
suitable
Etika
for
video, he had like
advertisers.
10 fucking ads in that video or
Those
some
are
shit,
really
or that
the
pre-stream.
key factors.
Yeah, it was probably about
Number one, the
maximum
length.
for that,
If
and he
you
could
have
have
a
chose to
video
put on
that I
none
believe
or
is
like
shorter
one at the
than, I wanna say
beginning.
10 minutes in length,
And,
you only have the
he
ability
can manipulate where he
to
puts them
put
too.
what's called a pre-roll or a post-roll or both on the video. What is that? A pre-roll is an ad that plays before the video plays. And essentially, this is the ad that 99% of viewers see on YouTube. You want to watch a video, you click it, oops, an ad played first, I got to get through the ad before I can see the video.
Yeah, it could
That's
be
the
like
ad
a
that makes money.
30-second
Seriously,
ad
that's the one
or
that
a
everyone's
skippable
going to
ad
watch. If you want to
in
see
the
the video,
start.
you wait through the ad. That's
Gotcha.
what makes everyone their money.
And you can turn
Okay.
off skippable ads, so
A
they have to sit there and
post-roll
watch those
ad
30-second scrolls.
is an ad that plays at the end of the video. That is the ad that literally never makes money.
Does it always have to be 30 seconds, or can it be like 15, or?
Why
Yeah,
would you
if it's
continue to watch
non-skippables,
past
they're
the
like 15
video
seconds.
Through the ad.
Okay.
And if
'Cause you can put in
close that
non-skippable
video
ads.
at any point when the ad is
Nice.
Like
playing,
15 seconds.
no
Skippable
credit
ads
is
30
given
seconds.
for watching the ad.
Or more.
You have to watch the ad in its entirety for that content creator to get
Shit, like a
credit.
year ago, you would find
So,
ads
9
that pop
times
up
out
on
of 10,
videos and be
You watch a video, you do watch
hour and a
that
half
first ad,
long.
you watch the video,
Mhm.
oh, it's over, close
And
it.
it was
You're
like
not
an
gonna watch that
infomercial.
second ad, so no one
Like
gets
those
anything on that, okay?
existed.
Now, once your video becomes a little bit longer, now YouTube gives you more options. They give you what's called mid-roll ads. Now, mid-roll
Those are the
is
ones you can
kind of
manipulate, by the
deceptive
way.
because the word mid
Nice.
means middle, but you don't necessarily have to have advertisements playing in the middle of the video. All right, so here's how it works. 'Cause
I'll
this
let
is
him
really
explain it first.
shitty, and I don't like this process, but this is how it's always worked on YouTube, and it still works to this day. I'm uploading a video. I want advertisements. Please enable all appropriate advertisements. That includes pre-roll, mid-roll, post-roll. That's the only options you get. You don't get to say, oh, well, my video is going to be 15, 20 minutes long, so please put in 2 mid-roll ads at these points. Oh, my video is an hour long, so please play a video or an ad every 15 minutes. You don't get anything. You literally just say, please give me pre,
This is
mid,
pretty
post,
bullshit.
whatever's available. And you're done. Your video uploads, okay, goes live, processes, and sometime much later, it could be hours later, all of a sudden now an option appears for that video. Oh, now you can manually change the ads. All right?
There it is.
I wish you could do it ahead of time. Because if you could do it ahead of time, I would absolutely set up all my videos to have set criteria for advertisements. I would likely, my videos are about an hour long, all right, my gameplay videos. So likely what I would do, I would say do a pre-roll and a post-roll. I know no one's going to watch the post-roll, but the pre-roll, usually you make a little bit on, right? And then with the mid-roll ads, I would probably set it up to have maybe 2, maybe 3, but maybe 2. I wouldn't want anyone watching an ad any more often than I would want an ad when I watch a television show. I hate TV shows to have ads every 5 minutes. That's annoying as fuck. So maybe I would
He's
put
done
every
it before,
15,
though.
right? So you get a
Yes.
pre-roll, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, end roll that no one's going to ever watch. No one watches the post-roll, right? I feel like that would be reasonable for a whole hour of content you're digesting.
What's up, Ice?
All right? In reality, what YouTube does is literally goes random as fuck, okay? And
Yeah,
it's
that's
dependent
when
on
you-
all
when you
these
click the
different
button
criteria.
first.
It's dependent on the subject matter of your video. If it's a hot video with a hot subject matter that YouTube determines a lot of people might want to watch, it's determined on the amount of views that video gets in a set amount of time, and if it goes viral and the engagement
not
that
really.
video gets. All those things actually determine advertisements. And actually, I've seen this happen. A video goes live with almost no ads, gets popular, and now the video is completely inundated with ads. Don't ask me why YouTube does this or how they do it. I've seen this before. Ads just go all over the place. And you can't change it until it's already done. Okay? And the sad fact is, The content creators, the uploaders, don't control that at all. YouTube sets it up. That's stupid. It's
the
my
video
content.
finishes
Why
rendering.
can't I set it up ahead of time? I'll say, okay, I'm uploading a video. It's going to be an hour long. I want ads here, here, and here. No. The video literally has to be uploaded, go live, get views, processed fully, and then some randomly generated time after the fact. Now, as a content creator, I can go to the settings and set up my ads.
It's about a
video's
day.
already live. You know what I mean? Like, how does it make any sense?
It could be anywhere from a
You're
couple
already
hours to
putting
a
whatever
full
you want
day
all over,
of
however
where
you
you
want.
can
And I can't
manipulate.
control it. And like I said, sometimes
certain
YouTube
things on your
changes
videos.
it after the fact based on the popularity of the video. You know? So I'll give you an example here. I've been watching people play Elden Ring.
Oh, you have?
Sometimes I'm
Cool.
watching someone who does videos in a giant chunk, a huge 3-hour archived stream chunk. And that stream maybe gets an ad every 15, 20 minutes. Okay? It's not that bad. Then I watch someone who uploads in 20-minute chunks. Okay? Way more than I do. I do hours. Some people do way less than me. They do 15, 20-minute chunks still. I
That's
know
'cause
most people would yell at me if I did that, but people still do that, and they're
What?
making a living doing it. Okay? I'm
Jealousy?
not shitting you.
It sounds like a lot of envy.
Reason, okay? For really weird reason. Okay? All of a sudden, the video has pre-roll, ad after 5 minutes, ad after 10 minutes, ad after 15 minutes, post-roll. Why does a 15-minute video have 5 ads on it? I'm absolutely in agreement with Badge here. For some reason, YouTube does this, and then you say, I don't even watch this video anymore. If every 5 fucking minutes you're going to take me away from the video
Then
to watch some
go
piece
get
of
the
shit ad, I
YouTube
don't
Premium service or
I'm
something.
not, you know, that's
Or
worse than
an
television.
ad blocker. Weird.
That's worse than actually watching a show on TV, and YouTube thinks it's okay.
Those are free too.
Now, again, I don't know if that was an active choice by the content uploader or if YouTube just did it. YouTube might have very well just said fuck it and just did it. But the uploader might have just been kind of a greedy person and said, I want a ton of ads on my video. Right?
Don't say that, Phil.
I don't know.
Because I'll go find
all I
your
can
old
tell you
video.
from my perspective,
Exactly.
I wish when I was uploading a video, I would have the capability to set up the set time I want the ads. I don't. All I get is these generalized drop downs on how to put ads, and then I have to wait for that video to process, go live, and actually get views, and then YouTube gives me the option after the fact to go in and manually change the ads on the video.
So he's telling you that
now, I
he's
wanted to
that
give you some
fucking lazy.
perspective here.
Basically.
Okay? In a given day, I upload a pre-stream podcast that's about 2 hours long. I upload 3 gameplay videos for my first stream that are each about an hour long. When I
Right.
upload those videos, I
It's
upload them
like
during my break between
2
streams.
videos.
They usually don't go live until right before my second stream. All right? There's no time.
Great.
Even if I wanted to, there's no time for me to sit there and set up the ads because I got my second stream going. You see?
Then do
So
them
even
at
if I
10
wanted to
o'clock when you
change
clock
ads on
out.
my first batch of videos, there's
Pretty
no
much.
time to do it. The
Right?
videos take too long to
I mean,
upload,
he's known to
process,
sit
go
there
live,
at the
and
live
then by the time
stream,
the option
at
shows
the end
up
of it,
to do something with
you know,
ads, I'm
and the
already in my
orangutan
second stream.
pose.
Okay? On my second stream, I usually do 2 gameplay videos of an hour each, and then I do the daily wrap. Okay? So in a given day, I'm uploading anywhere from 5 to 7 videos, and really I wouldn't even have an opportunity to touch the advertisements on my videos until like 9:30 to 10 p.m. at the end of my workday. At that point, the initial viewers are already watching all the videos. There's no
End of my workday.
By the way, when I upload my second batch
Dude,
of
he's
videos,
framing
those
it
don't
like
go
he's
live for
some
another hour.
like
or two.
15-hour work,
So
hard
in
working
essence,
blue collar man.
If I really wanted to micromanage the advertisements on my videos, not only would I have
Jesus.
to be streaming from 10:45 a.m. to 4 p.m., but then I would have to upload the videos, take a break for dinner, come back, do my second stream, upload those videos, come back at 11 p.m., and I wouldn't actually be able to set up the ads until between 11 p.m. and midnight, and then I would have to manually
in
do
the
it again.
amount
So
of time
essentially,
that this
for me
rant
to
has
have
gone
ads
on, he could have
exactly
already
how I
fixed
want
this
them,
shit.
I'd have to
He
be
really could've.
working from 10:45
That's how much time
a.m.
this guy
to
wastes.
fucking midnight.
He's writing an essay. This is a full-blown public speaking event about how
Why?
he's can't fucking do work.
Oh, by the way,
Wake
I
up
should
in the
also
morning
bring
at
this up.
8 and do it.
When I'm talking about all these advertisements and things, this has absolutely nothing to do with mobile.
Blasphemy. You know that.
Okay? When you watch any YouTube video,
I know. He's
on
rolling
the
out of bed
YouTube
at 10.
app,
Let's be
or on
honest.
the YouTube app on your television, because some TVs have it, or on your phone, that's a completely different thing that content creators do not control. you can set it up to have ads at certain times. The mobile is completely different because mobile ads are different from the ads on the regular website.
No, mobile
They're
ads
different,
run exactly the same way.
Companies, everything's different. So in that regard,
You don't
guess
get control
what?
over
You don't really control it
that.
at all. I could upload a video to my channel right now and say I only want 2 ads on it, but then on the mobile app it has 7.
Is this just misinformation or just is this outdated information?
It's a mix of both.
So
it's like this
YouTube,
weird kind of
even though
piggy
it's the
smoke
biggest video
screen.
sharing website, even though it basically has the most options
he's
of any
correct
video sharing website,
that
I think
you don't have control
you'd have
over
the most
ads
control over
up
your
until
content.
a certain point.
It's
That's
still
true,
not
but he's
that
telling you
good.
he's too lazy
Unless
to fucking
you have
turn
a
it around.
full-time group of people. Like,
Now
for
with this
example,
whole
if
mobile ad thing, you have control where you put your ads.
was running
Because you can put
this
your
channel
timestamp in and stuff.
with a team of people behind
But-
me. I'm just the guy who sits in front of the
You
camera.
know, it's
and
nuggets
acts
of
and makes
truth
the content,
with his half-lives
right?
bullshit.
Think of like I'm Dr.
Gotcha.
Disrespect, but I'm just an actor on a camera like he is, and I'm acting out a character and it's recorded, but there's someone else who actually is recording, editing, and uploading. Then there's another team of people who are monitoring the ads and change that. Then there's another team of people who monitor copyright issues and claim. There's another team of people who are handling
And they all get
licensing
paid
and are handling
by
sponsorships,
the talent.
opportunities, and things like that. You see what I'm saying?
Weird.
When you get big on YouTube, you can have other people do that shit for you. If you're rich, you're a millionaire.
Fuck,
You can
I
afford
can
to
have
hire
somebody
a team
do
of
it
people.
for
It's
me
a
now.
business, right? Who are
Exactly.
running all that shit for
They
you.
just
But
might
I'm a one-man show, and
take
the
me paying
vast
them.
majority of YouTubers are exactly the same. They're just one-man shows. They don't have time to fucking deal with all that shit. So what
But
do
he
they
makes
do?
it. He forgets that
Upload,
people
I
do this
put
by
back,
themselves
get the
too.
fuck out of there, and I never
Yeah,
deal with it
fuck.
ever again.
I might have to make a video
And
on
that's the
this.
truth. Some of my videos probably
Yeah,
have
you can
insane
manipulate
amount
all
of
this
ads
stuff.
for no good reason, and others I would guarantee you have none. Why am I watching an entire playthrough of Phil's? Not a single ad is played yet. Because YouTube just decided so. Oh well, this particular playthrough isn't getting views anymore, so we put no monetization on it whatsoever. Because that's happened. People tell me all the time, Phil. I'm
Well,
watching
so much
this
for
stuff.
being a business
Right
owner.
on. Yeah, because that's YouTube.
Right.
They do whatever they want. That's how they run. it.
Imagine
Usually the newer
your
videos
business is
get the
uploaded
most
to a
ads,
platform
especially if you're
that
doing something
can
that's popular.
just
For
push
example,
a button.
playing a new video game, chances are these playthroughs
That's crazy.
get ads, of course. With
Your
Lego
whole
Star Wars, I'm
livelihood
getting
is
none
a
of that
button press
revenue
away.
because these claim my videos.
He's been pressing these buttons all day
I'm a
though.
little excited because I'm upset that they claim my content. But
I think
anyway,
you can even
see
do it
my
from your
point I'm
phone
making
now
is
on the
it's
YouTube
random.
Studio app.
I
It'll
wish
take him
That's
like
right, he does-
5
in
minutes.
the 13
He does use that app.
14 years that I've
That
been
used to
uploading
be
to
shit.
YouTube.
It's a little
They
bit better.
very rarely have changed
Nice.
any kind of thing around this. It's been the same almost the entire time. Every once in a while they do a tweak here or there, but usually unless you are gonna sit at your fucking PC 24/7 to micromanage this shit, you are not gonna be able to control this kind of stuff. It just, it just is what it is. Okay? Again, if I became much bigger, much more popular, people were going to watch my stuff in droves, I was going to make $1 million, and I could hire people to do this shit for me.
You already did
I
that
got a
stuff.
lot more control. I could say, I like these kind of ads. I would like this kind of thing. The normal person will never do that. They will just let it roll. Okay? All right. So that was a tip overnight. Thank you, Badge, for the tip and the question.
Wow,
We
he's
don't have
got no
tips
clue.
today on this stream. So we're going to go back to the YouTube side of things. And we've got Zoya, who did a super chat saying, are most people using adblock or such in 2020?
So it
I'll be
is
honest
like a
with you, Zoya, I
license
have
for soul
no
sock.
idea. I am completely
Allegedly.
and utterly out of touch now with that. At one point in my content creation career, it was
9
a huge
years,
concern.
Dragon Slayer?
Why was it a huge concern?
That's
because
impressive.
I was not
Yes,
an
it is.
active streamer. I was not crowdfunded, essentially, by my audience.
We
It was
don't know.
all about ad
That
revenue.
tip is X amount of
And
money.
I don't know, how things go today. I have no clue. Maybe a lot of people use adblock. Maybe they don't. I've actually heard that some ad blocks don't work anymore. That websites have found ways around them. You turn
Well,
on,
of
still
course.
fucking plays the ad, or the site will just say you can't watch the content with adblock enabled. You must disable your adblock to see this site. I don't know. I couldn't answer that question for you. For me, I mean, is it a huge concern that a lot of people use adblock? Yes and no. No, not as much as it used to be because my primary source of income is not YouTube ad revenue.
Yeah.
However, it is a supplemental source
Yes,
of
it
income
is.
that helps out this business for sure. So it's nice when I get it, but I don't always
Jeez.
get it. I'm not getting any on Lego Star Wars anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's nice to have that little bit of extra. And yeah, if there's someone who literally watches all your content day in, day out with ad block on and they don't support it in any other way.
Doesn't matter how much extra he gets, he's not saving it.
I can't control it. I think people at this point in 2022 understand what they're doing, and if that's what they want to do, you can't stop them. You know what I mean? What's the point of me sitting here and saying, "Oh, adblock is terrible. It's ruining everything." Listen, I'm doing good on streams.
Are
I
you?
appreciate those who watch my videos on demand as well. If you want to go above and beyond and support for particularly this Lego playthrough, I'd really appreciate it because I'm not making anything on it regardless. Great. But I'm not going to sit here and scream and yell and freak out. It's not like
you did for 20 minutes.
Made entirely on ad revenue anymore. It's not even possible. After the adpocalypse happened in 2017 and YouTube lost half of its advertisers overnight, there's no way to even make a living on YouTube just on ad revenue unless you're giant. So, I don't know, Zoya. I really have no clue.
Yeah, he used to call people thieves for using adblock.
Yes, he did.
Wolf Lord, the super chat says, "How about shaving your goatee for a members goal?" No, not that I would care. Honestly, I probably wouldn't even care if I shaved it.
Yeah, you would.
It's not a big deal to me. But personally, I like it and my wife likes it. My wife likes it. Why am I going to shave it?
Right? Likes it.
Because
it's on your fucking body.
Last a week.
Shit.
Who cares? Zoya did another super chat and says, "Have you ever asked Kat to help with your business?" No, because it's my business, not hers. It's my job. It's my work.
It's not a family
Why would I ask
business.
my wife to do my work? She
My
has
work.
her own job, her own responsibilities.
Yeah, but
right?
he'll ask somebody else to do the work for him.
I guess what you're saying is we should want to just do this as her job too. No, I don't think so. I think that she would rather do her own thing. So.
Fuck, rather do her own thing.
Jesus.
Right, now we will open up
Holy
the
shit.
stream to open Q&A.
That's a
for
long
15,
T-pose.
20 minutes.
To the Y transfer?
Oh,
To the A-hole.
Oh, stretch.
We're doing DSP yoga.
To stretch. Ooh. So let's see what people come up with.
Jesus.
Go ahead and
Such bad shape.
Rusty Edwards tipped me $4.20 and says, "I'm glad that you rebranded. You're an ally to the LGBTQ plus community." I always was.
What?
I always was. It's not, please don't say that's part of rebranding. I was always an ally to anyone.
Oh boy.
Any kind of community like that, because I've always said this over the years.
What
Everyone
happened
has
to
a right
the
to
I
do
don't
that.
want to watch
Everyone.
some
No one has a right to
faggot,
tell you.
address some homo.
You can't be happy. Who the fuck are they? Who put them in charge?
Jesus.
Determine what's right and wrong for someone in society. It's ridiculous. Now, obviously,
Get the fuck out of here.
that comes with some qualifying factors. Yes, I want everyone to be happy.
He even uses a gay, like, slurred voice.
Murdering everyone around them.
Can we get some X's in the chat, please?
But
Holy shit.
Sexual orientation and
You put up the banner though, on the pre-stream slide,
why
so
does
it
that
feels
matter
good.
to anyone? And who are they to tell you you're right or wrong for how you are? Get the fuck out of here. I've always
Yeah, he hated Last for Us too.
And I
It
support.
had a
I
same-sex
actually
scene in
do
it.
support
Fuck.
full marriage rights for people who are not just a man and a woman getting married. I think that everyone should have the right to be
Why
married
are we-
legally.
Are we
Now,
politicking?
of course, there's people who are going to argue that the religious factor and it's supposed to be a man and woman, whatever. You
So it
do
sounds
whatever,
like-
say whatever you want. To me, I think everyone should have the equal right to be happy
Phil.
and have a union like that. That's fucked up that people think that
You
they
have
can
every
control
right to be
people's
just as
behavior.
miserable as
I've always said
Phil's
that.
marriage too.
That's not a rebranding. That's something that I've always said the entire
Rebranding.
time I've been a content creator on the internet. So please don't try to spin it like that.
No,
Okay?
that's a rebrand
Okay.
attempt. Come on now.
And let's see.
Oof.
So he says, "We and our rights are constantly under attack. I'm happy a God."
Bill, I agree with you.
This is
I
a
also
weird
think he's
troll.
still-
God fearing? Where does that even come from? Thank you for all your great streams. All right,
It's
thank you,
a
Rusty.
weird
I
fucking
don't know
faggy troll.
where half of that came from.
Jesus,
But
he's
thank you,
trying to make Phil walk into this bait, and Phil's
God
not gonna take it.
That's pretty funny.
He's gonna say stupid shit, but
Okay, continuing
All
on.
right.
License for Soul to me $4.20 says, "How can I submit a resume to work for DSP Gaming LLC? All those things you mentioned could be done by
no, it's
one of these
Burnell
employees."
Productions, you fucking
Well,
retard.
what you can do.
God,
No, I'm not even gonna joke because if I joke about it, people will do it. I was gonna joke.
Send them an email.
Me. No, I'm not. No, I'm not accepting any applications. Please don't send me applications for employees.
like it's a real fucking
Okay, thanks for
business.
the tips. Would I play Street Fighter 4 on another Friday? No, I don't care about Street Fighter 4 anymore. That was a game that when it came out, I
No.
liked it. Then it became pretty unbalanced.
Yeah, he don't want no parts of that.
17 times.
No.
By the time they had this final rebalancing, I hadn't really actively played it that much anymore and didn't care. And then I never touched it since then. I literally, the last
Dude,
time I played
he got
Street Fighter 4,
steamrolled when he came back to that game.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to remember exactly when it was now. Let me think about this. The last time I played it in a competitive nature in a tournament was Screw Attack Gaming Convention 2013 when I played in the Iron Man of Gaming tournament and I
Holy
won the
fuck.
Street Fighter 4 tournament. I don't even remember what version of the game it was. I just played with Ryu and I won. Okay?
Wow.
Then the last active
Okay.
time I played the game
That's,
was in 2014.
That's when he met, what's his name though, right? Gamer Jay Lee?
Final, like,
Yeah.
farewell party.
Yeah, that was
My
that
friends
one.
came
He had his
over
panel and
from various
everything, and
walks
he was
of
like
life and
Iron Man
times
of
of my
Gaming
life. We had people from
practicing.
the Street Fighter community, people
It
from
was that whole
other
Tetris
gaming
kind of
times,
thing.
all coming
Yeah.
and we played some Street Fighter 4 together that day. That was
You
the
had to
last
play
time I played the game.
DuckTales as well, because it was the whole thing when
8
they were
years
bringing
ago.
back the reboot.
No, I don't think I'm going to be playing Street Fighter 4 again.
Oh.
All right. Yes,
Cool.
I did play the final version online a little bit, but that's what I mean. Like the last time I actually competitively tried to play and cared about it was like 8 years ago. So I don't care about that. Okay.
Great. Moving on.
What's
Well,
up,
he's-
Jamie Green? Good to see you here.
He's
today.
real leaning into his chat,
The
trying
Nick
to
Rules
scrape
asks,
for
"Was there ever
stuff.
YouTubers you like
Yes,
to
he
watch
is.
besides Nostalgia Critic and AVGN? No. No. And even back then, they weren't YouTubers. When I watched AVGN, he was on GameTrailers.com because he had tried uploading to YouTube and was having a lot of copyright issues, so he didn't even upload there anymore.
He
And
didn't upload
Nostalgia
there
Critic,
because you
same
couldn't
thing. He had
monetize that kind of
tried
shit.
to upload on YouTube and failed because copyright issues, so he was uploading to his own website. At that point, I think it was thatguywiththeglasses.com, because later on he changed it. But yeah, no, that was it. I didn't watch any other content creators at all. Nope.
No.
Those were the only
Never.
two when I got started. Penis Parker says, off the top of my head, is there a game this year I'm nervous about? Nervous about.
Nervous. He
Well,
fears
if
no
you mean
game.
skeptical. Like, I'm not sold that it's going to be good. I guess what I would say is, number one, this upcoming Capcom Fighting Collection in June. Now,
Here's
it's
your rollback
not
rant.
made by Digital Eclipse, so immediately it's got points. It's another company, okay? But these retro collections tend to not get the level of detailed attention that they really deserve to be competitive games online. And even though they're claiming that they're going to have a robust lobby system and rollback netcode at launch, it makes me skeptical that it's just going to be dumped out and never updated. And if there's issues, they'll never fix them, you know? And it sucks because I want to play old school Street Fighter. And the fact that right now the only version I can play is this broken, crappy collection from 4 years ago.
Because he didn't get the tips,
And I
McDougal.
wish that there was a better alternative on consoles. There's just not. And now we got this new collection coming out. Will it be any good? I don't know.
He literally is looking for
Another
troll
one is
protection.
Another collection called the Cowabunga collection that is being made by Digital Eclipse.
You and I were talking about
Because
this
to give you guys
Cowabunga
some
collection. I'm
perspective,
excited about it.
Yes.
when I
Yes,
was
I'm
growing up,
very
I
much looking forward to
loved
that.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I don't think it's going to be cross-platform, though. I don't think.
I had
That
all
should
the
fucking
action
be, though.
figures. I was a
It should, though.
turtle addict. Everything was turtles.
Yeah,
I
I was
the
a Ninja
fucking
Turtle
Ninja
fanboy.
Turtles
Still am.
pudding pie that had green ooze inside. I was sucking on mutagen. I had the Ninja Turtles crunchable snacks that were supposed to taste like pizza, and they taste like shit. They were terrible. I ate Ninja Turtle cereal. All right? I was a turtle freak.
Okay.
And I liked the Ninja Turtles video games to
thank
some
you.
extent. The NES game everyone hates. The original NES game sucked. Okay?
Congratulations, you
Then
eat a lot of food that was marketed
Yeah.
out.
Turtles arcade game, which was
Like Turtle Dude is
great.
just coming in his
Turtles in
pants right
Time, and then
Basically.
fighting games. That's when the
Fuck.
Turtle games actually got really fun and good to play, and I love those games. So this collection to me is like right up my alley. I'm like, oh, this is great. I can play through all the classic Turtles
This
games from
would
my
be
childhood,
like a
and share
detractor
them with
co-op
a
game
wide
for
audience
sure.
all over the world. This will be really fun and neat. And then they said Digital Eclipse is making the collection, and I said, no, come
Stroke.
on, really?
He almost
Of
stroked
all
there.
the companies that you
Yeah.
contracted to make this thing, fucking Digital Eclipse, the company that completely botched the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, running
Botched
games
it.
at the wrong speed, a simple emulator suite,
Yeah,
no
TMT2,
options, stage select,
the arcade
music
game
select,
port
character
was
select,
good.
no random select, online play is an
Manhattan Project
atrocious
is also
fucking
good.
mess with terrible netcode, dropping issues, glitches out the ass, no ability to kick someone.
Oh my
fucking
God.
Crawling. The game is an imperfect, unfinished piece of dog shit mess that was sold for full price because they ripped everyone off, and they're making the Ninja Turtles collection.
Okay. Thank you. Are they gonna have like the Hyperstone
Yes.
stuff
I'm a
in there
little
too?
worried about the Cowboy
Yes.
collection.
Yes, they will.
Just a little
Like-
bit. I'm skeptical that it's going to be good.
Tournament fighters?
Both versions.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Jeez. As long as they don't have that reshelled one that they put out like a few years back.
No, I don't think that's in there. I hope not.
I hope not. Just put in Turtles in Time.
Okay.
That's all I mean.
ranted enough about that.
I love me some arcade beat 'em
What are your
ups.
thoughts on the current 3D art style of recent Street Fighter games? I wish Capcom would go back to the hand-drawn 2D art style. Street Fighter 3 and even Alpha had amazing art. I actually liked the art style of Street Fighter 4. I did. I felt it was a good combination of a little bit cartoony, but brought into the 3D era with enough graphical effects and lighting and everything. It made it look good. Maybe it could have had a little bit better lighting, but of course it came out 2009. You're talking, 13 years ago. Things were a little different. 2 console generations ago. I still thought that Street Fighter 4 was absolutely outstanding. I hate Street Fighter 5's graphics. I think they're terrible. The characters look like ultra deformed claymation Play-Doh characters. Just the art design in general is shit.
Okay.
One character is this
we're
big,
back to shitting
and
on
one
this.
character is the whole top of the fucking screen. What kind of fucking game are we playing here? On what planet can you have someone who's 2 feet tall against someone who's 27 feet tall in a fighting game? What is this?
Neon Knight Riders is the best
fucking
stage.
ludicrous. The game's terrible. Everything about the game, the art design, the character design, the gameplay, it's shit. I hate how the characters look in that game. They're stupid as shit. A lot of people like it because there's detail and lighting. I don't care about the detail and the lighting and the flashiness when you do a fucking V-trigger bullshit. I just want the game to be good. It looks like shit. It plays like shit.
Thanks.
Excuse me. The 2D art style of the classic Street Fighter games is pretty good, although it's definitely evolved a lot. The original Street Fighter 2 games are a combination of realism and cartoony, kind of like Street Fighter 4, which is why I like the graphics of Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 3 went way more detailed, okay, and looks a little bit more like a manga or an anime, I would say. Alpha series is very anime-ish. Like, that's kind of almost over.
Remember, he's not a Street Fighter fanboy, though.
Right?
No, it's
like
only
any
Street
of
Fighter
them.
2, right?
They're all fine to me. I don't like Street Fighter 5.
Jeez.
Only Street Fighter 2.
Are we
Ledwig
done?
says, do you think you'll get a Persona 6 announcement this year? It's about time. I think we'll get some information. I don't know if we'll get the announcement of when it's coming out. I think we will get info. It's been many years, so I think we will get some data. Yes.
That's a subtle little fucking
No, I'm not going to. Just listen to
assisted
the
sniff.
stupidity of this. Will you use a USB pedal and map it to a mute option so we will never have to hear your bodily functions and you don't have to use your hand?
He's stunned.
Rip.
So that's a fair request. I mean, fuck, a mute pedal.
It is.
Dope, right? You don't.
It is.
You push the little button and be done. Be like, yep, click, done. Click, click,
Anyway.
done. He wants to be disgusting right now.
I'm close up during that. Hold on.
Fuck. What an asshole.
That's 40. Keep that in mind.
Anyway. Okay. Any other questions?
Jeez.
The peak of internet gaming.
Any other questions?
It's a little nice little piece of Peace reference too. I think Peace has a foot pedal he uses.
Did I have a favorite book series in my early life? What type of genre was it? The books that come to mind that I used to read when I was young, Goosebumps, horror series for kids. Really liked that series. Owned a bunch of the books. R.L. Stein.
You remember like a 15-year-old Phil reading
Redwall series
Goosebumps?
by Brian Jacques, or Jacques. I never knew how to pronounce his last name. It's a series that's set. It sounds like it's in medieval England, okay? And you have anthropomorphic animals that act like humans.
Oh, watch
and
out.
Each one is different. Like some of them are knights,
This is
some
how
of them
you
are
end up
archers, some of
summoning
them are
Anonymous.
actual monks. There's royalty. There's all kinds of stuff going on. And I liked the series because it actually talked about real life social issues that humans have. But of course, it was kind of like animals in it. Although it was brutal. There was some brutal
So
fighting
if he likes
blood,
animals in social
dying,
situations, shouldn't he
animals
just read
dying.
Animal
It
Farm?
was serious. I like the Redwall books. I read almost all of them. I think I fell off near the end when he was still writing.
They have
But I
talking
loved
animals
the
in it.
Redwall books.
You would love that
When I got
book.
older, I started reading people like Michael Crichton and stuff like that. Kurt Wolflord. No, excuse me.
Excuse me.
Kurt
Holy shit.
Wolford. Not Wolf Lord. I added an L in there. Kurt Wolford did a super chat. Says, thanks for the streams. I love your content. You're welcome, Kurt. Thank you
Great.
for the super chat. It's nice of you.
Very, very decent input.
There we go.
Are we done? It's like 12:30.
I never played Armored Core.
Can we wrap it up?
Being asked if I ever played the Armored Core series. I know nothing about it. I know there's mechs. That's all I know. I've never played Armored Core. Nope.
Great. Because he was playing fighting games.
Dine says, if I hit the members goal this month, will I react to detractor songs? Some are catchy. See, here's the thing. Again.
Yeah, big ups Meerkat.
I'll reiterate. I have no problem reacting and or addressing these kind of videos about my history as a content creator or as a person that's based on fact. All right? You want to talk about my history and reference things that really happened? Sure. Let's talk about it. Let's go down memory lane. I'll address reality that happened because I'm not afraid of my past. If I were, would I have uploaded it all to the internet or would I have deleted it all by now? It all happened.
He has deleted videos.
Right? I can say, okay,
Exactly.
here's what Phil did in the past. Here's the kind of person he was, and I can address that and I can add to it. I think there's some and worth to doing something like that, right? You learn from your past, you become a better person, right? But when you say detractor content, the vast amount of the content that's made today is not that. It's content that's based on memes. It's based on conspiracy, speculation, rumor, hearsay, and in a lot of ways, it's people who just repeat something ad nauseum to the point where they actually believe it, even though there's actually no factual backing to it.
Damn, that's some cope.
So when you say detractor song reaction, well, if the whole song is shit that's not true, no. What's the point, right? I mean, you can laugh at a meme once. When that meme is regurgitated ad nauseum,
I mean, most of it's just
point where now
lazy reaction content, right?
Everyone just wants to keep
like
repeating
that's what we're told.
Right? You get some Snort Brunel in there, and you get some Hate Army Watch, some Aqua Teal, you know, it's clip grabbing. Nobody's watching that shit.
Right? When does anyone ever reference Rings of Redemption in my content as something serious? He's always the butt of a joke.
No banana
He's
songs.
always the butt of a meme. He's always this guy who's to be ridiculed, derided, and treated like shit. That's fucked up.
Well, that's because he's a fat piece of shit.
The reason is because those memes, those common memes, have become so popular that people just would rather say the line, right? All those memeable lines and things about wings,
the fucking line,
instead of actually just talking about the real guy. You know what I'm saying? And to some extent, yeah, I know that's happened to me. The good news is I keep
nothing to you though.
Stream. When you come to my stream, you can enjoy the content. We have a fun conversation on the pre-stream podcast. We have great gameplay and good interaction during that. No one's sitting here meaning, nothing I can do. Oh, the accident, the incident. Oh, WWE champions.
Oh, he said the word.
You know, like no one's doing that because we don't allow that. So that way you can have a fucking intelligent thought and hear yourself think.
Just don't hurt him, okay? Don't make him look at any of those videos with WWE champions.
Because memes are cool at surface glance, but when a meme completely overcomes the end-all be-all of a discussion on the internet, you're wasting your time. You're like a little kid, you know, brainless. So no, if the entirety of a catchy song is a bunch of shit like that, no, I don't want to react to it. Why waste my time on that? It's a different thing to watch an actual documentary. All right, we're watching a documentary about my past. We're watching history, things that I actually historically did and messed up with, or didn't mess up with, and was actually successful with, and we can weigh and balance that, and I can add perspective.
Don't send him any of my Vortex videos that are covering him in his past.
To me, just sitting here.
It's FGC days, or his,
out of context, right?
Yeah, that's all out of context.
That's for a dunce. That's for a mouth-drooling idiot to watch. Go ahead and enjoy it, dunce. Enjoy your memes, and then leave me alone. Don't come to my channel. Don't watch my content. Go watch your memes elsewhere. I don't need to be part of anything that you have to do it. Go do your own shit in your own place, right?
No cult videos.
I don't want to have that seep into my content. Because then, I hate to say it, there is a slippery slope. And when you start to slide down that slope, now you've opened the floodgates to that kind of behavior. Once you condone that kind of behavior and you say, okay, look, it's funny, now all of a sudden, 90% of the people who come to my stream...
He's always said it was okay to laugh at him.
He did say that.
Yeah, and now he's saying it's not okay?
I'm uncontrollable.
Because hurtful, true memes
hurt. If anything, we've had the opposite. In the year since I left Twitch and have come to YouTube and become a full-time streamer here, we have more control over these streams than ever before, and it's a better place to be. It's a better place to hang out and chill.
He said the exact same thing on Twitch.
You know what I'm
I know he did. It's amazing.
Jeez. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Like a recycled.
Well,
the YouTube, I can't do anything with the live chat,
especially
but Twitch has all the options.
The context of the time that all that stuff took place. They're talking about my past, obviously. I love the way that you used to joke around and rage or just talk shit to people. It was off the cuff, couch co-op fun, guys amongst each other, no freaking snowflake in sight, don't over-apologize. It was a different time. It absolutely was. And that's why, You don't erase the past. You acknowledge that it happened. If you feel like it was wrong,
You just said you delete videos.
Yeah.
and you move on positively, right? Yeah, I used to make a completely different style of content for the internet. I actively agree that a lot of it was
God damn.
irrelevant, immature, irresponsible, and in some ways insulting and hurtful to people. I get that. I know that. I acknowledge that, and I say,
Yeah, like the
sorry
I just
did that.
teen
Back
gangbang
then, I
remarks
didn't know
and shit
better,
like
'cause I was
that.
stupid.
You can still find
Right
those.
now, I'm a
Yeah.
different person.
On his
kind of
channel.
person. I'm not going to go back there and do that. But you're right. There was a place in history, right? There was a place in history for that kind of content, and it made sense back then. The world was a different place. People weren't so easily
Oh, did it?
by certain things. Right?
Fan request ridicule was a thing. Top 10 racist moments was a thing. There was a place for
Ladies and
that.
gentlemen,
Those
I
don't
think it's time to
exist.
end
That was a
the
different
pre-stream.
time.
All right.
Oh,
It's
okay,
time
okay.
to get started
Fair enough.
with Lego Star Wars. All right.
Jeez.
So let us end this pre-stream.
Oh, thank God.
And, I have to use the restroom real quick.
Oh, bathroom break is
Oh,
back.
thank
And then we're going to
God.
jump right into Lego. Okay, guys,
Oh.
thank you. Great pre-stream. As usual, I said I didn't have much to
Fantastic.
talk about, and here we are. It's past 12:30. All right.
Oh, that's because
thank
he stalls it out to 12:30
Sure,
every time.
you. Right.
Yeah, he does.
All right, my friends.
I'm
Holy
waiting to see
shit.
If he does
Set
gives
up.
us an
And,
intermission kind of thing.
I'm going to take a leak. Then we're going to get
No,
started.
no.
All right.
There we go.
So there's your taste of live streaming and restreaming
Okay.
the piggy.
I believe we did have the
It's
leaderboard at the
painful,
bottom of
isn't
the
it?
screen.
And-
I
and-
Yeah,
believe
it's
we
incredibly
have
painful.
Now
I'm glad you were
watched
here.
off.
Every
I'm glad you were
stream
here
for the
because
month.
God dog.
I think it might have been on. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think we did have this on. I think so. All right. Let me take like 2 minutes to use the restroom. I'll be right back and we'll get started. All right? All right. Cool.
Cool. Wait, we out? Oh, you muted it. Okay. Wait, but listen. Are we gonna get music or not? Ah, music is here. We're out. You've made it. You've done it, sir. You've completed your very first Saltyday morning with me.
Wow. I appreciate it. The Saltyday morning part was great. His pre-stream podcast was absolutely horrifying.
And that's why most of the people just watch clips.
Yep.
Because that
God.
was a bunch of circle talk consistently. I mean, it's scheduling, shoutouts, scheduling, shoutouts, gameplay. That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
He does that gaming news in between to kind of pad out because he can rant for about 10 minutes per, little choice adventure.
Right. Holy
but
shit.
Thank you so much for enduring that with me.
No worries. It's I gotta say it's funny because you remember how a couple years ago how we used to say those 30 or 40-minute pre-streams were just too goddamn long.
Oh yeah, when it was like 28 minutes and it was just like, come on, man. And now we're here at like an hour and a half easy.
Oh
Every
my
day.
God.
Every day. But you can find them uploaded there on Spotify. I think you just have to search up
Yeah.
ESP
Yes, you
Game,
can.
and you can listen on your very own. But thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're back. Glad we had our conversation. It was good to take that stroll back down memory lane with you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Do you have any plugs you want to throw out there?
Nah. Actually, I don't. I don't have not a single one.
Are you in a holding pattern for now still? Should we expect more live streams? Maybe a video or two?
It's something along those lines. Like I said, it'll kind of trickle out when it trickles out. So
That's the way to do it nowadays. That, in my opinion, that's the way to do it. Put out the content when you can. So thank you so much, GTG, for cruising on over here and having this fun talk with me and hanging out with the chat.
I had a great time.
All right, chat. We'll catch you next time. I hope you guys do well. Enjoy your Sunday. Go watch some boring Lego gameplay or something like that, and have a good one. I'm gonna go do some day drinking, I think.
Exactly. Later, guys.